This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
At Jordan & Vaught Insurance Agency, you don't pay extra for the over 80 years of combined experience that will be available to you when dealing with questions about your auto, home, farm, life, or Medicare supplements. They're always there to help from 8:30 to 5 p.m. on weekdays at 123 South Franklin Street, the very same Bloomfield location since 1972. You may not realize the value of experience until you need it the most. Call Jordan & Vaught Insurance, your friends with experience, at 812-384-3535.
Welcome everyone to Linton Stockton High School as the Monrovia Bulldogs are visiting the Linton Stockton Miners. And tonight in the broadcast booth we have Greg Elliott, Big D Dan Phillips, myself, Heather Rader, Braden Crynes, and Bubba Chancy. And we want to welcome all of you to the Rader Media Sports Home of the Miners broadcast. And we're very excited to be able to bring you this game this evening here from Linton Stockton. And as you saw, our pregame sponsor is Jordan & Vaught Insurance. Call Ross and his staff at Jordan & Vaught for your insurance needs, whether it be home, auto, or life. His friendly staff treats you like family, making sure you are covered. Call 812-384-3535 today. So I'm going to turn this over for a few moments to Greg Elliott and Big D Dan Phillips to preview the Monrovia Bulldogs versus Linton Stockton Miners.
Well, Greg, let me say this. The first two games of this season are going to be big tests for the Linton Miners. As we saw last week, Marion local. I don't think necessarily that score surprised a lot of people, but the Monrovia and Linton rivalry has been a doozy. I'm sure you were at that game last year,
yes.
Double overtime, 27-26. First time Monrovia has beat the Miners in 5 years. So, they like the taste of that. Long trip for them, a lot of heat.
Oh, my goodness.
How do you feel about coming in this contest in this 90-degree-plus heat?
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about heat like this and the style of play that both these teams play, it's going to have a little bit of a factor tonight, no doubt, early in the season, especially when conditioning is still a part of it. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. And, you got a lot of two-way players on our side.
Right.
I don't know about them, what their situation is there, but those two-way players are ones that probably need to be watched, and how that heat affects them.
Well, and that's probably one of the key factors. I think it's not an unknown fact that the Miners have just 40 kids on their roster.
Yep.
Already we've seen a couple of injuries that are going to play a big role into it. So that cuts into your depth. And you got a lot of guys already that were coming out, new positions. And we do have a lot of guys going two ways. So they have 60 kids. They have a lot of depth going on that I've seen. So it's really going to be a stern test. And I know they do things for heat. They take pauses.
Oh, sure. Yep.
And type of thing. So hopefully, get through the game without any other injuries. Because right now that's the thing we can't have is losing folks playing. We know Paul, for those who weren't here, suffered a shoulder injury. I mean, he's going to play, but he's not necessarily going to be where he normally is. And I don't think he's going to play defense. So we're already going to see some changes there. And I've got to send our thoughts and concern to Tate Gamble, who broke a femur, I guess, on Monday in a JV game. And, gosh, he was already getting a lot of playing time as it was. So, as an athlete yourself, as somebody that maybe you wouldn't be starting, what's your mindset? Because, at any time your number can be called.
Yeah, you sit there and you want to be out there as a reserve, and you're looking and again, you're one play away from having to step into that. And it's really important. I think sometimes when you're standing on a sideline watching a drill be run, those type of things at practices, it's real easy not to be engaged in those situations. And situations like that come up make it very important to make sure that you are engaged.
Well, and I think we saw last week some people get in. So freshman Josh Singleton got in there quite a bit. number 11. I knew I was going to. Harrison James seeing a lot of action as a freshman as well. And this is a very durable team, as you talked about a little bit. They run a lot of like what we run, super tight. One wide receiver out there. They threw the ball 3 times last week, but they pound the ball. 449 rushing yards. Now, that's not just one guy. We were so thankful when Braden Belcher graduated.
Right.
I mean, this guy tore us up 2 or 3 years in a row, and then Dominic Kendall as well. And now they got 3 guys that came in. They have Noah Bryant came in from move in. He just churns for 156 yards. His first carry of the game. He busted loose and was gone. But they got the power guy on the inside, Josie Hand. I like this kid. He's a bruiser, 5'11", 180. He had 111. But then they got a guy that kind of plays a wing back. He's got a different name for it, Ryder Poole. And his first carry went the distance. He ends up with 133 yards. So you got 3 guys. Reminds me of the 3-headed beast that we used to have in the glory days.
Yeah, and their line is so big that they're going to win those battles. When you got backs like that behind them, all they need is a little bit of daylight.
Right.
If they get through there, it's a wide open run.
Their coach put it in an interview that a lot of plays are dependent. One breakdown, the play falls apart. This kind of offense, you can make something out of nothing. It's just brute strength. One guy slips down. And it's going to be a test because I don't think Marion Local was as physically big, but I think they were very, very, very disciplined.
They were super disciplined that way, and they didn't make any mistakes.
I was talking to Coach Franklin earlier, and I said, it's like the backside linebacker doesn't fall for the trick. The hole in the line, and he doesn't rush through it. They're taught that way. So it's going to be something to see. And I know Heather's getting all prepared down there for minor football as well. We're in the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard still says nothing on it, so they haven't even started the clock yet. And the Welch Cornet Walton Funeral Home press box sit all 5 of us hoping this air conditioner can kick in a little bit better.
To answer a number of questions, number 1, we are live, and we are live on the Indiana High School Athletic Association Champions Network. We are no longer streaming to Facebook Live due to service interruptions during the ball game and then having to take the broadcast down after 24 hours. Second question is, where's Kevin? Well, Kevin, as you can see here on the screen, is celebrating love this weekend, and he is currently in Colorado getting ready to attend his son's wedding on Sunday, so he has a full weekend of rehearsals, spending some time with his children there, and I drew the straw to stay home and run the broadcast, and I'm very thankful to have 4 gentlemen with me this evening that are going to make this picture perfect all evening long. So
we'll start I'll go get the guitar and we'll do Rocky Mountain High real quick and get the party started.
He's still in transit. He was dropped off this morning. I dropped him off about I think it was like 7. We left Linton around 5 and got him to the airport, and he is still in transit to his destination. Jeez. And he laughs that this was planes, trains, and automobiles because he was on a plane, he was on a train, and now he's in a shuttle bus, and then he will be in a rental car here shortly.
But was he with John Candy? That's the question. Yes, nobody can be.
So thank you for the shout-out, and thanks for all the travel prayers for him. We should mention, as you just heard Big D mention here just a couple of moments ago, that we are in the Walton Funeral Homes Service Press Box, dedicated to professional and compassionate service that leaves kind memories since 1915 and funeral pre-planning for peace of mind. From one generation to the next, from one family to another, Todd and Cindy Walton are proud of their funeral home's heritage. Their families have been there for the community for over a century and look forward to serving for many more years to come. They are your lamp of hope when you need them most. And then Big D will be going through the starting lineups a little bit later this evening. These are sponsored by Klusner Construction of Linton. Whether it is a remodel or a new construction, you know it will be done right the first time, every time when you choose Klusner Construction. Call Tony Klusner and Bart Wade of Linton today. Our quarter sponsor tonight is Key Associates of Linton, serving Greene and surrounding counties for over 30 years. Key Associates of Linton has helped generations of clients buy and sell homes. So whether you're looking to buy your dream home or next investment, or sell your home to enter into the next chapter of your life, Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks are there for you every step of the way. They are your key to the best. Our touchdown sponsor tonight is Michelle Stanger of Stanger Homes. She will explain to you the hidden costs such as land transfer fees, mortgage costs, legal costs, home and title insurance, home inspections, and more. Call her today at 812-219-2307. And as mentioned earlier tonight, we are in the broadcast booth tonight with Big D Dan Phillips, Greg Elliott, student assistants Braden Crynes and Bubba Chancy, and you want to stay tuned to the post-game show that will feature the Valdico Player of the Game. And our post-game is sponsored by E2 Custom Creations. So we're going to take a real quick 30-second timeout to hear from our scoreboard sponsor, Linton Cycle Sales. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Out here, work won't wait. From grading gravel to herding cattle, Polaris gives you the upper hand on hard work.
Since 1973, Linton Cycle Sales. Linton Sporting Goods offers custom screen printing to promote your business, brand, and team. From a large array of colors and printing options, your perfect design piece to embroidery and letter jackets. Sports runs through the family, and so does Linton Sporting Goods. Shop the tradition at Linton Sporting Goods, Highway 54, where the winners shop.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners, and Braden. So you have a new role during the Miners Broadcasting Club during your senior year as your senior correspondent. So do you want to tell everyone kind of at home what that entails and what to look for on Sundays?
Yeah, so as senior correspondent, I'm responsible for interviewing all the senior spotlights that are nominated by parents or really anybody, and every Sunday the new senior spotlight will be posted. And those are students that are in my class that are going to talk about what their plans are after high school.
Wonderful. And Greg Elliott, this is not your first time calling a game, so you want to give people kind of some background. Not only are you on the live stream with us during basketball season and then all of softball season, but you have called some football games before.
Yeah, I filled in a little bit with previous with radio.
We had a couple nights.
Helped out there when somebody was off. So
Darren went on vacation.
Darren went on vacation again
golfing
somewhere.
in Spain or something like that.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it tonight.
Well, we have the opportunity today to, as we do every Friday, is sit down with our minor broadcasting students. And I want to give a special shout out to Leah McKee, who set up during our club fair. We were unable to attend the club fair on Wednesday due to some other things going on, and so she recruited some students to kind of come to the Miners Broadcasting Club, and she had 11 students come with her today, which was pretty cool. And then our high school met immediately following, but what was really cool today is the superintendent, Tim Grove, sat in on both meetings, and they had the opportunity to meet the new superintendent. He gave some background, but then he also kind of got interviewed by some of the students as to what he's looking forward to most and what maybe sport he likes the best, which he answered it correctly. And probably everyone's mind when you get asked that, he loves them all.
Good answer.
So that was pretty cool. So we're very excited because he might be joining us tonight sometime during the broadcast.
Well, Monrovia comes off a 35-21 victory over a very tough Greencastle squad, and a Greencastle team we're going to be traveling to later on in the year. But they do what they always do. They just smash them out. They kind of scored on a first, but they gave up some passing. Probably the one thing that they did give up was 300 yards passing from Greencastle's quarterback. The problem with that is that we're not necessarily a passing team. Greg, as an athlete again, you can't hardly go in and change your game plan for one game. So you just got to do what you do.
Yeah, and I think it comes down to execution and eliminating mistakes. When you sit there and look at what Monrovia does and what Linton has done, that you know what we're going to do when
Yeah.
you come to play us, and you know what Monrovia is going to bring to the table when they come to play. And
yeah, I think if Linton broke the huddle and went into a spread formation, or Monrovia went 5 wide, that the earth might come to a crumbling stop. I mean, the Eagles did reunite, so it definitely froze over, but that would be about the equivalent. We got a great series going on between these two teams. We started meeting each other every year. It looks to me like 2016. That was our championship run, and I was there the night it looked like Monrovia. They had won the state the year before, and for all purposes looked like they were going to come out of here with a win, and Ian Fonseca jumped in there, broke the center snap up, and recovered it, and it was Tyler Muir went in from about the 3 with about 3 seconds to go in the contest, and we knew we were on something special. But that started a series that has been back and forth. It looks like 2016 was at 24-21. Then we won 22-15 at their place. The one down year we had, 2018, they won 23-0, but we paid them back in 2019 with a 35-0 win. Then we won 3 in a row, and they weren't easy. The 42-36 was a big win. 34-8 was more our flavor, but then a 52-27 win in 2022. And then last year was the game for all the edges. You think about last year, Greg, we lost 2 games, and both of them were in double overtime.
Yeah, that game there was on your seat the whole game. It was back and forth and a lot of battling, and come down to.
And that was our first
road. Yeah.
That was our first game. We had, obviously, the week before was Bossy, where we were unable to stream due to scrimmages not being streamed. And I know that Braden Crynes went with us and was sitting outside, and it was so hot that evening. It was miserable.
Very hot, and there was no breeze either.
No breeze.
So it was.
I think he was guarding the pizza pile that was back outside the back door, but yeah, that was.
So then the next week we head to Monrovia, and we had our own little kind of press box.
Yeah.
It was kind of double stacked, and we were all nervous, I think, because obviously
you were the one doing all the hard work. Me and Kevin were just kind of standing there,
but it was a tremendous night, and sadly we lost. I think was at one point
double overtime,
double overtime and 1 point, but it was a heck of a game to start out our kind of
one of those games where for years people are going to talk about it. Did he get in? Did he not get in? Just like the North Davies game, where did Webster get in or did he not get in? I mean, honestly, I looked at the film, and it did look like he was short. So you always feel like at least the call was correct. But that game, Christian Schonk got injured early in that contest, and I think him not being in the game at linebacker and running back was a big cost. At that time, we got people in, but they hadn't played much, so it was just a matter of them getting better. And with that thought, let's look at that Marion local game. I mean, what do you pull out of that if you're a coach? Where do you look your kids in the eye? Where do you approach right after that?
Well, I mean, as a coach, and you look at them, hey, we got 2 options here, you know, and the one of the options is let's get better, let's figure it out. And I think as a coach, I always felt like I had more to teach in a loss than in a win.
Sure.
If you'd had four turnovers and gave short field up and you won that game, then from a player standpoint, what's the big deal? We won.
We can make mistakes and get by with it.
And now they have to go back and go, hey, listen, we got punched in the mouth and we got exposed and we've got to get better. And it's individually and collectively that they've got to get it done. And
I thought that game, when I think I said it on the air, was this is where the coaches are going to look to see who drags their feet, whose head goes down. And this is an excellent opportunity for someone who's looking to impress to get out there and do it. And we had some guys. I mean, I certainly don't want to downplay some of the effort. Jesse Voigtstadt ended up with 85 yards, 2 nice runs. His motor was running to the end. Corey Andrews had 12 tackles. It seemed like towards the second half, I was calling his name on every play, making hits. And he's moved to inside linebacker from outside linebacker. So it's a new position for him. And, of course, got to applaud Feltner for making that pick at the 2. He could have hung it up.
Right.
He could have just said it's a touchdown again, and he got it, rambled 48 yards, and we did punch it in. And I know I doubt anybody from Marion is listening to this contest, but I thought they showed incredible sportsmanship all night long. They could have put 78, I think, but they brought in the backups and they played the whole second half. And really the whole game, I didn't see a bunch of jumping around, a bunch of, like a team you could easily get behind. And I really hope that they will go on and win the state. And it'd be awesome. I mean, they played on our football field, and they had a tremendous crowd come 4-hour drive. So.
Yes.
And I thought Linton came out and supported our kids to the very end too, and that's big tonight for these kids. They've got to have the support from the home crowd. We go on the road, got a massive road trip next week, And this game just means a lot. I think these guys have got a lot to prove, and you know, you don't want to open up the season with 2 big losses.
We should look ahead to next week. This is a great opportunity to kind of let all of you know where we will be come next week. And with Kevin coming back on Monday, we've got a lot ahead for next week's broadcast. And we've got a graphic here I'm going to get up on the screen. So Tuesday, we head to Clay City to cover Linton versus Clay City High School volleyball.
Great place.
And then on Thursday, we head to Northview for what's going to be a pretty good battle. So we want to say thank you to both of those schools for allowing us to come in and live stream. Friday, we make the trek 2.5 hours north to Rushville, which I've been told is very close to Kokomo. That game time, we should mention, is 7:30 start. So keep an eye on our Facebook page this week so we can update you with pregame and all of that. And then it's going to be a really quick turnaround the next morning. We're at Bloomington North for volleyball that starts at 10 o'clock. So 4 road games next week.
Yeah, and Western.
4 opportunities to watch the Miners.
They lost a week 1 to a Tri-West. They have they look at their schedule: Tri-West, Western Boone, us, and Tipton, Hamilton Heights, West Lafayette, and Logansport, Twins Lakes. So that's by no means an easy situation.
No, not at all.
And I think they came down last time we played, and I think the road trip did affect them. Yeah. Greencastle coaches Andy Olson, great guy. We used to always interview him, and he came in 2020. That's when Monrovia was kind of in a lower area that they're not used to. 2-8. He had been here before, and he came back immediately, turned them around 7-4. Then they got a regional title in 2022 with a 6-8 last year. 9-3 for the Bulldogs. So they got a little chip on their shoulder, Greg. I mean, they didn't get any mention in the 2A polls. I guess people thought that with losing their whole backfield and quarterback, maybe they weren't going to be what they were. But I can't imagine. And even this week, I don't think they are in the polls. I think they might have got a couple of votes. Linton, meanwhile, it started off 2, and then I think we're down to 5 or 6. But the preseason polls are a little rough, but I think anybody could see after week 1 that Monrovia is going to be a player for sure.
Yeah, and I think if any of them, they're from a coach's standpoint, they don't care about those polls.
No, nobody does.
It's good for the community. It's good for the fans. But at the end of the day, you want to be standing there at the end, and that's really what they're all working for right now, trying to get there. And it'll be a little bit of a chip for them.
Yeah, I think so.
But they're going. So,
want to mention that we're getting a lot of questions on our Facebook inbox as to why the game's not underway. As we started mentioning last night, as well as all day today, that the game was pushed back to 8 o'clock for kickoff due to heat and air quality. So if you're tuning in right now thinking you're seeing the game, you're seeing the pregame, that will lead up to the 8 o'clock kickoff tonight. So we always want to mention, stay tuned to our Facebook page, stay tuned to the Linton Stockton School Corporation Facebook page, because that is where updates such as time are made. And you can also visit our website, RaderMediaSports.com, and click on football or volleyball to see the most up-to-date times. We're going to take a really quick timeout. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
At Crane Credit Union, you can expect a personalized
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners. And as mentioned, we are in the Jordan and Vaught Insurance pregame show as kickoff begins tonight at 8 p.m. And I think it was a pretty wise decision on both teams' part to move this back.
Well, I know they're always concerned about the teams getting home late on a long road travel, but, that heat is miserable. And I like being under the lights. Up to me, I'd like the games to be under the lights all the time. But if I was traveling 3 hours, such as Western, I don't know that I'd want to be on the road at 2 in the morning. But the atmosphere just changes. They used to have a lot of Saturday afternoon ball games. When I was growing up, it seemed like we played in the afternoon. And as a player, I didn't like it so much. The sun was in your eyes. But nighttime, the lights, the band starts playing, the popcorn comes around. kind of hard to beat that. Coach Oliver, of course, in a unique position. You know, it's his son, Paul, is the quarterback, and that's a unique situation. You know, anytime it makes it a little bit difficult, and seeing your kid out there, you know, he doesn't get up from the bottom of the pile. He's holding his collarbone, and you're thinking, oh, my Lord. And so we're fortunate that it wasn't a break. But he's out there suited up, and you got to give credit to him just for doing that because he wants to be there. I noticed last week in the second half he was on the sideline, had the ice pack on his shoulder, and he was the first one to greet the guys when they come off. So Coach Oliver, of course, coming off a 10-2 season last year, 13-1 the year before, 10-1 the year before. He's 115-25. It's a heck of a record. Came back to Linton in 2013. He's former minor quarterback. I think he did some JV work at Northview. So it takes a lot to come down to the Roy and face the minors.
Yeah, it's a difficult place to play. It can be at times when the end zones are filled up and the crowds are going crazy. We've had some pretty awesome experiences.
Memorable times. And Monrovia is in a conference. Get back to that information. It's the Indiana Crossroads, but that is folded.
Yes.
So the private schools are kind of revolted and kind of went their own way. I think they were going to add a school. And so I wish I had. I think I do have that. Let me look real quick. Who's all in that school? Because that's a rough and tough sectional that they got going down there or in their class. And I don't think I've got it handy. But just looking at who they got going. I'm talking before I can get the information in front of me. There it is. So they got Indianapolis Rader next week. Rader, of course, not the powerhouse they were, but still they're a pretty solid program. Triton Central, of course, one of the better teams in the area. Beach Grove has been pretty solid. Speedway's coming back, and then they got a tough
Lutheran
run to hole. Lutheran, Covenant Christian, thank you, even, and Indianapolis Cecina. That's how you close your season. Yeah. Lutheran, Christian, and Cecina. The old adage is you want to play the best so you're better by sectional time, and that holds true probably in every sport.
It does. You want to be challenged, and you know, hats off here to Linton for a long time. There was talk about beefing up, and you worried about depth, and that's a legit concern. But Coach Oliver and the administration, coaches have done a great job of really strengthening our schedule, and I think it's paid off for us. Year after year.
And I was in on that. I mean, I can remember the conversations post game by the fire where you're like, and just like last week. I mean, a lot of people. I'm sure you've heard it. Why are we playing Marion Local?
Right.
Why are we doing that? Well, number one, we want to play a game. Number two, beating teams 55-0, where the starters play a half and maybe a little a third. I just don't think you get anything out of that. Heather?
Yeah.
So we want to also mention tonight that our scoreboard sponsor is Linton Cycle Sales. Linton Cycle Sales in is Southern Indiana's most preferred power sports dealer since 1973 and have been proudly serving our community for over 50 years. Dane and his staff offer sales, services, and parts. Come see them for the best deals in the area. So we want to say thank you to Linton Cycle Sales for sponsoring this season's scoreboard. We should also mention that our red zone turnover and instant replay are still available for sponsor. And you're going to see a number of replays that will hopefully be shown this evening. So we want to say for those of you that have we've had a number of people inquire about these, but no one has scooped them up yet. So we want to say also, too, thank you to those that are scrolling in the bottom of this screen. These sponsors are those that have either chosen to be a Minor Pride sponsor or those such as Rick Crynes Auto Detailing that chose to be a sponsor during the pregame of this show, as well as Linton Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
So we're going to take another quick timeout to hear from one of our Minor Pride sponsors, Team Ortho. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
3 specialty clinics with 3 top-notch providers right here close to home. Greene County General Hospital's Team Ortho Foot and Ankle, and Surge Care are the area's go-tos when it comes to your care. Team Ortho is home to the county's only board-certified orthopedic surgeon, Dr. John Hammerstein. Dr. Matthew Parmenter is a board-certified foot and ankle surgeon with more than 35 years' experience. And board-certified general surgeon Dr. Cam Gabrielson is trained to diagnose a wide range of diseases that may require surgery. Team Ortho, Team Ortho Foot and Ankle, and Surge Care, the trio you can trust. They're all part of the Greene County General Hospital family, our family, caring for yours.
I'm Jesse Boyd's-Child with the senior class. I've been playing football since I was in 2nd grade. My favorite football memory, each time that we went to Woodland Bible Camp, spending 3 days on the grind.
My name is Braden. I'm with the senior class. I'm playing football since I was about 4 years old. Favorite memory would probably be beating Sullivan twice in 1 year.
Hi, my name's Tebow. I'm in 12th grade. I've played football since I was in 2nd. And my favorite memory with the boys is Woodland Bible Camp.
I'm Colin Webster. I'm with the senior class. I've been playing football since I was in 2nd grade. And my favorite memory has to be when we beat Sullivan on their home field for the sectional championship.
I'm Hayden Feltner. I'm with the senior class. I've been playing football since the 2nd grade. Favorite memory is beating Sullivan in the sectional championship.
My name's Hank Jennings. I'm with the senior class. I've been playing football since I was about 3 years old, and my favorite memory is probably chasing half the team around with a big old snake at Woodland Bible Camp.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners. As you hear in the background, a little Top Gun Danger Zone playing. And
you're showing your age, You're showing your age, Heather.
That's my favorite movie of all time.
Hey, it's my favorite movie too. So.
There we go. So as you just saw on the screen, Team Ortho was mentioned, and we should mention that Team Ortho is Greene County's only orthopedic clinic featuring board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. John Hammerstein. Team Ortho also has lead athletic trainer Jed Arsenault, who works with Linton Stockton students, athletes to help minimize risk of injury. Call Team Ortho today at 817-847-3381. Greene County General Hospital, our family caring for yours. And then after the Team Ortho, you got to look at the 6 seniors for the Linton Stockton football team. And we're going to take another quick timeout to hear from the senior cheerleading squad. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Hi, I'm Bailey Pilot. I've been cheering for 2 years, and I'm looking forward to this season the most would be senior night.
Hi, I'm Ashlyn Tatlock. I've cheered for 7 years, and my favorite memory was going to state and being with the girls and having fun. Hi, my name is Ava Riggleman. I've been cheering for 7 years now, and my favorite memory is cheering at state and watching the crowd support the Linton Miners.
Hi, my name's Shaylee Simmons. This is my 5th year cheering, and my favorite memory is when we went to state for the boys basketball team, and we had a lot of fun in the hotels, and we made a lot of memories.
Linton Minor senior season, class of 2025. Good luck, boys!
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners. And once again, in the broadcast booth tonight is Braden Crynes, Bubba Chancy on camera. Braden Crynes will be on camera as well, and then we'll be conducting the post-game show interview. And then we have Big D Dan Phillips and Greg Elliott tonight on play-by-play in color. And so we hope that you all are enjoying the live stream that is free to view at home for all of you, and thanks to the many sponsors that you see not only rotating in this pregame, but we'll see throughout tonight's broadcast.
Well, tell you what, look out there at all those. They're wearing a special red shirt, but we've got quite a few coaches out there. A lot of former players out there.
Yes.
I know the list is, of course, you got Jake Jennings and Wes Franklin, Mark Jennings, Dennis Gentry, Evan Magny, Mickey Tosti, Nick Trabant, and Jacob Burris, and just about all of those guys. I think every single one of those guys, other than Nick, he played somewhere else, but all those guys are ex-minors. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
You mentioned Jed Arsenault. I mean, he was right there last week with the injury to Paul right off the bat, and that's a huge benefit to have somebody right there.
Yeah, it is. It's a big benefit, and Jed does a great job with all our sports, and it's nice to have them.
So
when you need it. So.
we have a mini minor here in the press box, and is wearing one of the shirts that says "Never give up, never surrender, tackle childhood cancer." For minors, and I assume that this is, I know that September is
Right.
Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, so they're getting one kind of extra week here to wear these shirts, so that's great to see.
At least it's red. It's not like a yellow or a purple color. We could not possibly wear a purple, I don't think, Greg. I think
purple.
that might be impossible.
Speaking of purple, 2 weeks from tonight, the Miners will host the Sullivan Arrows here, and it's Friday the 13th. We talked about that today during Miner Broadcasting Club, so that will be our next home game. Will be against the Sullivan Arrows with kickoff at 7 p.m.
And they pretty well manhandled North Knox last week. So the Arrows, what can you say? That's always a contest. I don't care if the teams are at the time they play 1-2 or 0-3. It's always going to be a struggle.
It's always going to be a battle.
And that atmosphere at the sectional when we played them was pretty awesome. Go ahead, Heather.
Once again, for those of you continuing to ask why Kevin is not in the booth, Kevin, as you see here on the screen, is in Colorado getting ready to celebrate his son Austin's wedding this weekend. So he went on a jet plane this morning, connected to a train, got on a shuttle bus, and will be at his destination shortly to be able to celebrate love this weekend. So I'm very thankful to have Greg Elliott step in his place. And then we have Bubba, Chancy, and Braden Crynes that are 2 student assistants that are doing a fabulous job as well. So
I know it's killing him. I know it's killing him.
I just got some video of him driving on the bus through the mountains and says, I really wish I could be there, but man, this view's pretty awesome. So he's visited there a number of times, but just very thankful he landed safe and sound, and we're going to do our best to hope for a Miners victory.
I don't think we can paint the picture any better than Kevin. So, but we've listened to him for a long time, so maybe we can try to get some of it. But I know he fretted about it, but he really had no choice. He had to go. I mean, you have to go to it.
Right.
Hardcore Miner fan or not, you got to go.
Well, we should also mention, Big D, are you ready for tonight's starting lineups by Klusner Construction?
I am indeed. That's my cue right there to go right ahead with it. And
when you're ready.
Fortunately, we were watching the field as we always do when we're talking, trying to see any last-minute changes. I'm going by what I saw last week against Greencastle for the Monrovia Bulldogs. They start off with a quarterback, first year at the position, replacing Eli Welch. He's a junior, 5'9", 165. Just threw 3 passes last week. One of them was a touchdown, but he ran 7 times for 27 yards, got a touchdown, had to handle some odd snaps, I know, but he able to do that. Got a multi running back situation. Noah Bryant is a senior, 5'8", 180. 13 carries, 156 yards, and a touchdown. That's 12 yards a carry for him. Josie Harder, 6'2", 305 pounds. Lane Whitney. And then on either side of him, the 2 guards at 6'4", 315 pounds. Bentley McClellan, the junior. Connor Denault, another junior, 5'11", 240. And then the 2 tackles are going to be Brody Clampett at 265, 5'11", and Landon Hoffman, a 5'10", 200-pound sophomore. So 4 of these 5 guys are underclassmen. And then Whitney didn't play last week, and they had another kid in there, I want to say 64. That's going to be Colin Mann. He's a junior, 5'11", 230. So they've got some depth at that position. On the defense, just very impressed with these guys. They hit very hard, as they always do. The linebackers are always tough. Followell and Silas Bunton, where's number 0. We don't see that a whole lot. 6 foot, 205 pounds. Not 2,000 pounds. That'd be crazy. The outside, another inside backer is Isaiah Ramos, 5'9", 180. Up front, you're going to have Denault, McClellan, Whitney, and Clampett. So the offensive lineman.
Just got an update that number 60, Whitney, is out.
Okay, so he's not playing. That helps us out. Just subtract everything I just said about Lane Whitney. But let's not forget, they got 449 yards rushing last week, without Whitney, and the defense shut down a team that averaged in the 40 points a game region to early 21 points. Continuing with that, the backfield's going to be Jay Neal. He had 16 tackles last week. Seniors 5'9", 175. Josie Hand back there at safety, and Parker Hale 6'1", 165. And I saw 3 big hits from Jay Neal and Josie Hand across the middle. And I think that makes receivers think a little bit. When you get hit a couple of times, you don't want to stretch out the ball.
Nope. And that's a mountain of a line. I'm
relieved not to hear Whitney out there, but
Yeah.
I'm not overly relieved because they were very impressive last week. Looking at the Miners, the quarterback normally is Paul Oliver. Played a half last week, had 25 yards on 6 carries, took a shoulder injury. He is out there at a wide receiver position. Not like he hasn't played out there. We've had him out there a little bit. But it looks like tonight the quarterback looks like it's Russell Goodman. He's 6'2", 185. He usually plays the running back. I know we're also going to see number 7, Braylon McBride, out there as well. Not much in the air to talk about last week. 2 of 6 for 9, and Paul was 3 of 8 for 21. So we're going to do what we do. Wing back is usually Jesse Voigtchild. Looks like he was lining up in the running back spot. I like that move. He's got a burst, and maybe he can get to the open hole. 85 yards last week. Cooper Smith will be one wing back, and it looked like number 11, Harrison James, just a freshman at the other wing back. McBride probably and Felton are going to be the 2 wide receivers out there. Up front, Corey Andrews and Hank Jennings are the 2 sound guys that have been here for a while. Andrews a 6'3", 215 junior. Jennings a 6'2", 250-pound senior. A nice job, I thought, on the center last week with Dresden Kenworthy, 5'11", 175, just a junior. Now the right side of this looks like we've got several people going to be vying for this. Jacob Redaway is at tackle, 5'10", 165, and Aiden Sparks as a junior, 6'2", 210. But then we got a couple of other guys in there. 53, I don't think he's on offense. 61, Tyler Scarborough was going to be out there as well. I know they got about 4 or 5 guys they're going to try to rotate, try to get experience. And talking to Coach Franklin, they have a lot of positive things to say about them. They just got to get some experience under their belt.
And that's really what you're looking for early in the season. You're going to, especially when you're trying to replace some spots you graduated last year, you're going to look for finding who can fill those holes in the lineup, and you're going to give multiple kids opportunities early, and somebody's going to rise to the top.
Now, I didn't see, of course, the defense is what we had last week. I know it's going to be different. Russell Goodman, Corey Andrews were the 2 linebackers. Andrews with 12 tackles. He also had a tackle for loss, 8 tackles from Goodman. Cooper Smith, and, of course, Paul Oliver was the other outside linebacker, but he's not going to be there, so we're going to have to see who that might be. Aiden Sparks, Hank Jennings, Chris Lyons are going to be the 3 down guys. Lyons is a junior, 5'11", 185. Aiden Sparks, 6'2", 210. Jennings a big man at 6'2", 250, but I think we're going to run a 4-man front, so that's going to be a little bit different. The guys in different positions. The backfield is Feltner, McBride, Colin Webster saw some action. The 5'9", 155 singer, Jesse Voigtchild out there as well. Voigtchild with 8 tackles. Do want to mention we got Tyler Walker, number 26, and I guess he's a singer that came in late and didn't get to play last week, so that's why you didn't see him in the singer spotlight. I know Heather will fret about that, but that was a last-minute thing. So fortunately, he's exactly what we need. We need a running back. He was, as a sophomore, pretty solid, and he'll probably come in a linebacker. We're getting ready to have the national anthem from the minor band going to be out there. I know we usually stick a microphone out there and try to catch them with that wireless mic maybe.
And ladies and gentlemen, we please remain standing, and gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem being performed tonight by the Linton Stockton Marching Band under the field direction of Miss Rose Wright.
And that was the Miner marching band, sounding good. Full dressed out there. That can't be too cool. I like they brought the flag back.
I do like that. I'm sure they're warm though.
Yeah, I guarantee. We talked about that last week, and it's much warmer tonight. On the Linton Cycle-Sales scoreboard, we have 12:43 till the kickoff. Week 2, the Miners really need to come out and make a statement, Greg. I mean, if you get smacked in the face, I know Coach Oliver in the post-game interview with Kevin, that's the thing he said. We got smacked in the mouth, and how are we going to respond? So we've already seen some changes out on the field. I'm anxious to see how that plays out, and I think how important is it to get a good start in this contest?
I think it's huge for the psyche, just to mentally to know that you're locked in as a unit out there on the floor, on the field, and
the floor
on the field, and I think that's a really, really big part of it, to have some success early, to kind of erase that out of your mind from last week. Yep.
And, it isn't like we didn't move the ball. I mean, we got the ball on our own 7-yard line, and we got all the way to the 33, had a 4th down situation, and, look back on that receiver, the defender had slipped and fell, and it could have been 7 right there. And you don't know what that does to the psyche of a team when you come down and score. Now, the last thing I want to bring up, it's not the last thing, but one of the things they do have is Emery Newland, a senior kicker. She's just a soccer whiz. Reminds me a whole lot of Dylan Deisher that we had years ago, and she's kicked for the Bulldogs, and she's a University of Dayton signee in college, and I guess soccer is her big thing, but she was 5 for 5 last week. I think she probably could kick a field goal if she wanted to, and as you pointed out in the pregame, that was the difference in the contest last year.
It was the difference last year in that game, and then again, you look at just having that, knowing that you've got a really good chance of getting that extra point. And that's a big deal.
Because I'm not sure who we would have that would kick. We went for 2. Of course, we were down so much. I want to mention the officials for tonight's contest. The crew chief is Rusty Hughes. Referee is Rusty Hughes again. He's the chief. Umpire Josh Salisbury. Head linesman Jarrett Easton. Back judge Jared Larson. And line judge, a good line judge named Mikey Blair. Gotta like that.
Yep.
I like that they give us the sheet. That's nice to do it. And that gives me another point. More of my mind's kicking. We only had 3 penalties in the game last week.
Yeah.
1 on the Miners for 5 yards, and they had two for 15 yards.
Yeah.
Relatively error-free, so that's a plus coming out of there.
Yeah, and I think, when you look at what you're focusing on this week is just cutting down on the self-inflicted miscues that you made, try to clean those up, and then, just continue to build on the things that you did well last week. And there were things that they did well last week.
Yeah.
But you've got to be able to not put a good team like that and a good team like Monrovia in a spot where they've got a short field and all of those.
Well, they had some issues with snap last week, bobble snaps, and they had a new guy at that position, but surely now he's had another week at it. The things that we have to do, Greg, I mean, for me, I've pummeled it into the ground, but we've got to have some success with the pass game. You have to have a little bit of a threat of that. And Feltner did catch 4 of the 7 passes thrown at him, but at key times in the game, we've just got to be able to do it. We got veterans at these positions. We just are going to have to execute that, because if not, teams are going to put 10 in the box, and they're just going to stymie the inside.
You sit and you wonder, are we going to try to move these big boys to the outside and try to tire them out? Are they going to try to just obviously run it down our throats and try to wear us out? I mean, somebody's going to win that battle in that part of the game.
Well, I know historically, when we play bigger teams, and we usually do play bigger teams, we try to east-west them to death.
Yep.
And what I mean by that is we're moving side by side, and it may not have rewards right away. You may not see the big plays. And I've heard fans before say, why are we doing this? Sooner or later, those guys gas out, and that's when you see a hit up the middle.
It's like a body shot in a boxing match that takes a few rounds for those to start to wear down, and that's what you kind of think you'll see. But one of the things I was watching here too during pregame was, they were working on some pass plays out here. They're throwing the ball. It's not their main gig or main thing, but
every year, Greg, every year Monrovia hits a couple of long passes. And it's always a 3rd and 12, and you know it's coming, and somehow it happens. So I would think if you're watching the film, the weak point we had was we didn't get to the quarterback, and we weren't able to cover real well in the pass routes. And you not necessarily can fault the defensive backfield if you can't get pressure, because he has all the time to throw it. But you can't afford to have the mistakes. We can't have the turnovers. Very uncharacteristic of Linton. 3 interceptions in the first week. Four if you got a block punt on top of that. So those are areas that I don't think you see the Miners do as the season progresses. That's a good opportunity. I know there's different guys fighting for different positions, and it's just going to be one of those. Charborough. We had a real good. I'm sure that's his brother that played a while back. That was a good, one of the better guys out there. So you got to feel a little bit better about week 2. And I know you've been looking at the weather, but usually that's weather with the heather. Weather with heather over there.
It is.
But
we should also mention we want to give a few shout-outs to those who have commented on our Facebook page. Bert Russell says you've got lots of good help there, Heather, and I would agree. We've got Margaret and Simon watching from home with Oscar. Kathy Elliott says, thank you, team. Jathan Wright is watching from the south end zone, and he's one of our Miner Pride sponsors with Indiana Farm Bureau. Susie Lay is watching on the live stream. John Fesco is watching in the stands. Joan Warwick is watching on the live stream, and Mike Morin is
on a lawnmower somewhere.
Game going in the headset while mowing with the Miners.
I was right.
Yes, you were. It's like clockwork with Mike Morin
my
on
yard,
the mower.
my yard's in Vincennes, Mike, but I could easily do it. You see the people down in the end zone. That's always one of the great places to watch Miner football down there. Of course, we have a lot in the north end zone as well. Monrovia crowd slowly filtering in. It's a decent drive from Bulldog Land.
Yes. Yeah.
And on Indiana 39, I think, is that winding road, and it seems like there's always construction going on up there too.
We want to again mention that tonight's scoreboard sponsor is Linton Cycle Sales in Southern Indiana as the most preferred power sports dealer since 1973 and have been proudly serving our community for over 50 years. Dane and his staff offer sales, service, and parts, so come see them for the best deals in the area.
Well, Heather, you guys have been busy with volleyball games all week. I tell you, the Miners have had a rough and with who they're playing, the Lions and Van Buren, and what you said coming up.
And we are thankful that Lagodi let us in to live stream last Tuesday, and then once again we were back home on Thursday for Bar Reeve. I know tomorrow they play in this Catholic Central Invitational, and
Lafayette.
I will be honest, I saw earlier in the season that they were going to put that up on the Indiana High School Athletic Association Champions Network as a paywall. When searching it last night, I was not able to find it. So that is on my list as soon as I get home tonight to try to research to see if that is available. We will report scores if we are given those scores by Coach Scott Vanderkolk. And we want to thank all of you for listening to the Jordan Vaught Insurance pregame show. Call Ross and his staff at Jordan Vaught for your insurance needs, whether it be home, auto, or life. His friendly staff treats you like family, making sure you are covered. Call 812-384-3535 today.
Monrovia comes out in the white jerseys. Pretty easy to see those numbers, Greg. But I tell you, the Miners, it never fails how hard it is to distinguish some of these numbers. You start learning what a player wears, what he's got on his arms, what kind of shoes he's got, and his gait, how he walks and runs. And captains look like Jennings, Corey Andrews, Feltner, sure Voigtchild is out there. I'm trying to.
Yeah, he's standing right there.
I think that's the 4 of them right there. No, I'm sorry, Cooper Smith is the other.
We also would like to mention Tricia says, let's go Miners, watching from home for now. J.R. Voigtchild says, run, Jesse, run, and go Miners from North Carolina, as well as Jen Hayden, who is watching from her backyard, sitting by her fire pit, wearing Miner red and blue.
That's got to be a tad bit warm.
And Jennifer Kincaid says, let's go Miners. Now, I will be honest, we've got a lot going on this evening, so I'm going to do my best to try to keep a list of those who want to give shout-outs, but we may wait until the Bender Lumber halftime show to do so.
Yeah, they're trying to get an eye on this. Actually looks like they're genuinely doing the real coin flip. Sometimes they do it much earlier. Darren was always fond of saying that this was I had a term for it. I can't remember what he called it.
Ceremonial.
Ceremonial, yeah. Last week the Miners won it and deferred, and this time looks like the Miners are going to take the ball.
Take the ball this week.
I also want to give wonderful props to Braden, Crynes, and Bubba Chancy, who this game has been on their schedule since we started school, to know that we needed a little bit of extra help tonight with Kevin being in the absence. So they're going to help us break down and carry gear to cars. So we want to say an extra thank you to them. And they will be on the field with Coach Oliver conducting the post-game interview during the post-game show, sponsored by E2 Custom Creations. And E2 Custom Creations offers laser engraving for keepsakes, personal gifts, home decor, signage, awards, and more, and offers many other custom-made to-order products. Product services include engraving and cutting on a variety of materials, including wood, acrylic, leather, granite, marble, glass, and coated metals, just to name a few. Find them on Facebook today.
Looks like you got Voigt's Child going back. Cooper Smith returned 3 of them. It looks like Cooper and I think that's Walker are at about the 20-yard line up front. Oh, nice run.
Still going.
They fumbled the ball, and they got it. Oh, my goodness. Well, Jesse Voigtstadt had broken through and trying to get more yardage than they probably could have gone down there. And we're going to, we just talked about turnovers, and he got all the way out to the 44-yard line and then going to turn the ball over. I believe 56 is going to recover that. There is no 56, so it wasn't 56. And, Greg, not how you wanted to start.
Not at all. Nice return. Blocked up well. Just fighting for a few extra yards there and got stripped.
That happened last week, too, a strip that after a good play. And now the Miners have really got to come out defensively. There he goes, Tyler Poole. And it's brought down by McBride, but that would have been, if he doesn't make that tackle.
Yeah.
Again, you see right away what it's like up front.
Well, their backs are packed in so tight to the quarterback that our offense is hard sometimes to track the ball. Makes it really difficult, tighter in there like that. There's a good tackle right there. And Voigtstadt in there on that, and 52.
That's Andrews. Andrews, a big player for the Miners on both sides of the ball.
Thing about that play, we did pretty well with it, but they picked up 3. I mean, they're just so big getting a push.
There's Hand going up the gut. Miners do a good job on the inside. Looks like, again, Andrews and Cooper Smith. And here comes a big third down, Greg, but you're probably looking at 4-down territory.
Yeah, for them you would be. Although,
yeah,
they got a kicker. They got a kicker, so.
They only have 1 wide receiver and 2 men in the backfield with a kind of a wing back. That's Poole.
There it is, the outside.
And he's got some yardage. Just got tripped up. Again, Paulie McBride. Looks like Andrews is going to bring him down, but he's going to move the chains. And somebody's biting on that side, Greg.
Yeah. That outside. Again, I don't know how you read that. You want to get on that dive there, and then here comes that from the backside coming around.
Looks like he's in the red zone at the 16-yard line. 1st and 10. Right up the gut again. That's going to be Hand. It gets decent yardage. Like you said, you're getting 2 or 3 every single time. Look like we saw Howard 53. I think Cooper Smith got in there as well. Still got 4 yards out of that, and they'll take that. If you can get 4 yards every play.
Oh, yeah. Here it comes back.
Got him that time.
Still picked up 3, I think.
Lions 75, one of the first guys in there. Gosh, just what you did not want to see. That opening fumble on it. A nice return, a good way to start the game, but at the 8-yard line now. 3rd down and 2, or 3rd down and 1. He bounced off.
Had him.
And he's in.
Had him stopped in the backfield and didn't get him wrapped up.
I think that was Josie Hand, and like you said, he had him. That bounced off. That's a good senior running back that's done that before, and the Bulldogs take advantage of the minor turnover.
And that touchdown is sponsored by Stanger Homes.
The 9-10 mark. And now you're going to see Newland, who we just talked about. She nailed 5 of these last week. And you're really going to see now what the Miners are made of, because they've got to respond. Right down the middle.
Right down the pipe. Yeah, then they're going to have to answer back here.
So with 9:10 on the clock, on the scoreboard, the Linton Stockton score. The Miners find themselves down 7-0. This is Dan Phillips. You're listening to Linton Miner Football and Media Sports.
Hello there, I'm Corey Motter with Century 21 Sheets. Are you a first-time home buyer and you just don't know where to start? Perhaps you're looking to downsize and you need a listed property and get top dollar. In any of those situations, you need a professional agent on your side. I have successfully opened doors for clients for over the last 4 years, and it is a complete pleasure of mine to be able to help them end one chapter and begin a new one. Navigating the real estate market can be complex, but with the right guidance, it doesn't have to be. Let me help you understand the housing market, and let's negotiate the best deal. So together, let's open a new door and close it with Corey.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
That's what it is. Well, I wish we could start the game all over again. But there's plenty of time to make amends. Jesse had a great return going. Just the ball kind of hung out there, and a good defensive play.
Again, you're going to watch your kids. You're going to look at their body language, all that stuff, and figure out how to. I don't know if I like that rule or not. Ball, he caught it. And comes out. But
well, no return, so we at least are going to get a chance to run a play.
We continue to keep getting questions in our inbox on how to watch the live stream, and the live stream is posted on our Facebook page in a number of places. You just simply go to the Indiana High School Athletic Association Champions Network or www.RaderMediaSports.com.
And it is Goodman at quarterback. He's going to hand it off to Voigtchild, who's met right in the backfield. Dropped immediately by Followell, and I believe 52 is going to be for them.
The handoff was a little bit shaky there.
Brody Clampett. Well, the bad thing was it looked like Monrovia was in the backfield just as he got there.
Feltner out to the left, Oliver out to the right.
You want to at least flag already.
Offside.
Ooh, that helps us out quite a bit. Pushes it up to the 27, and that's going to give us now a second down, a little bit easier, a little bit better room. All right, going to be Goodman. Go ahead, Greg.
There we go. That one was close to being broke there by Jesse.
A little bit more room, and Hank Jennings getting up. Have a meeting of the minds out there with Kiefer King. But the Miners get the first down, and like you said, that was very Paul Oliver-like, the way he carried the ball there.
Again, Oliver out to the right, Feltner out to the left. Hand off, Jesse. Trying to bust it out. Keep fighting.
Yeah, he's not going to go down with the first hit, but Josie Hand is going to try to help him up. But He runs with complete abandon. Got just a yard out of there.
Corey Andrews coming in on the left tackle spot. Out to pass. Now you're going to find out.
Yeah. Intended for, it looked like 11. No, I'm sorry, that was for Paul Oliver out there. Trying to get him involved. Now we got a 3rd and long.
Paul just about one-handed caught that, but drove pretty hard in the ground there, so we'll see.
And you do got to watch.
Yes.
Got to watch how his shoulder is. Trying to draw him offside with James going in motion. Voigtchild is behind Goodman. And the snap coming from Kenworthy in the shotgun. Going to hand it off to, no, he's going to keep it, but there's nothing out there. He breaks the tackle, breaks another tackle, and not quite going to get there. Number 4 is going to get him, Isaiah Ramos out there. He was able to break a lot of tackles, but just not able to get too far downfield. A couple of missed blocks out there, Greg.
Let your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, Jathan Wright, help you think about insurance. Stop by the office, submit your information online, or give him a call at 812-798-2615.
Well, we had adventures with this last week, and he gets a nice kick, going to get a nice roll, and he's going to let it go.
Could not believe he let that go.
And inside the 15, looks like to the 13-yard line, so a nice job on the punt. At least they've got a long field to have to work with at the 6:45 mark on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard.
Linton Sporting Goods serves Linton and surrounding areas with quality sales, sporting goods, and screen printing for over 25 years. They also specialize in embroidery and team sales. Located on Highway 54 West in Linton, stop by and visit this family and locally owned shop today.
Well, the defense could really rise up here. It'd be nice to get a 3 and out, get the ball, and play a little bit of field position. The quarterback is going to hand it on him. So he keeps it on the outside. Goodman's got him, but again, he squirms ahead. Goodman and James are going to corral him. That was
picked up a couple there.
Clay Thacker. He got out to the 15-yard line, so nicely played that time by Goodman. Didn't bite. Forced Thacker to keep that ball if he'd have pitched it outside. Second down now, 7 yards to go. Thacker is under center. We see Green in the backfield for the first time, and he's going to get the carry. And he is met up the gut. Looks like Goodman again, number 6.
Get a couple there.
Lions as well getting down there.
Big 3rd down here.
Huge. Big stop needed here. And you gotta wonder when he fakes that and rolls back and tries to toss the ball on the flats, because this is right where they would do that. He's going to keep it.
Yeah, they held him.
Big play defensively by the Miners. 17. Bryant's going to keep that. I believe Andrews got over there.
They're gonna stay in there and go for it.
Look like they are.
Don't jump.
Yeah, they're going to try to get him to jump. No question about it. Boy, play of the game here. If you don't, if they don't get it, you're handing the Miners the ball just outside the red zone. They must have pretty extreme confidence. Now he's dancing around out there. Nope. Timeout called just underneath it. That's a
coach wasn't happy about something there.
Yeah, it really looked like he was about to snap it. So, Heather, I don't know if we want to go to break here.
Crane Credit Union offers school spirit debit cards that allow you to show your school spirit every time you use your card, while knowing that a portion of your purchase will be donated back to your school of choice. If you'd like a Spirit card or for more information, visit your local branch or go online at www.cranecu.org today.
I do wonder, I mean, what? Go ahead.
Autumn Trace of Greene County is a perfect setting for seniors to call home. Seniors can live as independently as they wish while enjoying as much supportive care as they may request in their daily lives from our 24-hour care staff. Call Jessica and her friendly staff at 812-699-4464 to schedule your tour. Come and find out why so many of your friends and neighbors have already picked Autumn Trace as their choice to age in place. Big D?
Boy, Kevin, I'm not Kevin, he's in Colorado. Greg, I mean, taking a risk here. I mean, you got to have confidence that you can get that yard, but if they don't get it, you're putting Linton right back in a chance to tie this contest.
Yeah, give us a very short field. Be interesting to see what they do here.
Well, they ran it all the way down, but
they got 2 yards and good strong push with their line. Can probably get that, but do you want to take that chance?
Yeah. Anything
bad
can happen.
handoff, all kinds of things can go wrong.
Jennings, Sparks, Howard, and Smith are up front, and Lyons as well. They definitely look like they're going for it. Tight formation. Thacker under center. He's going to take it. He's going to hand it off to Brian on the outside.
He's not going to get it.
He stopped. Number 20.
That's a huge stop.
Boy, all Monrovia.
Actually lost a yard.
Monrovia fans got to be thinking, what's going on? And that was either Goodman or Webster. Colin Webster going to get the credit for it, and he makes a huge play at the 4:51 mark. And as you said, he's lost a yard. So the Miners finally catch a break on a good play, but now they've got to cash in. You're thinking 4-down territory, too.
Yeah. Need to take advantage here.
Getting the ball in the red zone.
Oliver out to the right.
Going to keep it. Gets a decent gain on the play. Number 51 is going to jump down there and make the tackle. Denal, but I'll take that. He's going to get 5 yards out of that. You can see why they put him there. He's physically a lot like
like Paul.
Yeah,
exactly. Feltner out to the left. Oliver out to the right. Can't see who they got there. Here we go.
The Voigt shot, he's got a little bit of a hole. Not able to get through.
Still picked up 2 or 3 there.
Has a few words. 59 made a great play there. It looked like he was about to bowl through there. Kiefer King. Followell as well getting in there now. 3rd down, and boy, I tell you, he was so close.
Want to give a shout out to Jill Fegley, who has Jerry pulled up the Miners on his phone, and they are at Terre Haute North to support Jimmy K. And they say, "Go Miners."
Goodman keeps
it.
Going to have the first down. Gets to the second stage. Hand is going to stop. He's running with force there. At least there's some room in the line. The line is doing a nice job getting a little bit of a push in there.
They're doing a great job of getting a push and open up some lanes to run in.
7-yard line for the Miners now in the red zone for the first time tonight. Trying to take advantage of a 4th and 1 defensive stand. Colin Webster making a great play. Goodman was out there as well. Now you've got McBride in at center. He's going to give it to Voigtchild. He's got a little bit of a hole, tries to seep through, but 54 closes down, and we get a little bit of a late hit out there. 54, Brentley McClellan going to get in there. So a little bit different look at that time.
Like you picked up maybe 2 there.
He looks like he's so close in the binoculars to making something happen, and instead he just gets a yard, but it looks like he's just about to cut through that hole and put on the burners.
Yep.
Same setup, McBride under center. You've got Goodman right behind him, Voigtchild to his left, and it's going to be Goodman, and he's met right in the backfield by Followell, number 8, about 4 other Bulldogs, and after praising that line, back-to-back plays have been shut down. You got to figure we're going to be going for
you
it.
Have to.
We've yet to go to the air, and you wonder again, a quick out. I don't think we even have anybody split out at all. Voigtchild's got a hole. He went backwards. He tried to cut to the right, and Neal was able to get him. If he went straight, looked like he had a gateway to the end zone, and instead he's going to just get down to the 5, and now the Miners are facing a 4th down and goal, and there's no way we're going to be kicking here.
Equally big play here again.
I think you wonder a little bit. Jesse now playing at a running back is not what he's played for a wing back all year. You got to wonder if maybe some of that north-south he's not used to. Tried to make a move. Going to the air. McBride's one-on-one with Oliver in the back. He's got the catch, and he makes it. So Paul Oliver, hurt shoulder and all, over the top of Neal. Nice pass by McBride. Nobody could catch it but Paul. And even hurt, he makes something happen.
Defender was right in his grill. He went up and pulled it in and over his head and back into him. Got his feet down in the corner of the end zone. Awesome catch, great throw. Now we'll see what we're doing here.
Yeah, well, we look like we're going to go for two.
Go for two.
Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. The Miners put up 6 to answer the 7, but trying to take the lead at the 137 mark. This time we do have some wideouts. That's Webster out to the far right. There's the handoff to Voigtshot. He's got it.
Get in there. There he is.
That's that big play we've had quite a bit. And a flag flies in the end zone. Let's hope that's not a celebration foul.
After the play.
Could have been a late hit as well. Yeah. And that play's big. That's 15 on the kickoff. And so with 137 on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard, the Miners answer with an 8-7 lead. We will take a timeout. You're listening to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Finding the best coverage for your home, auto, life, and business isn't always a walk in the park. I'm Audrey Sparks at Richard Brown Insurance, your local auto owner's insurance agent. Whether you're buying your first car or starting your own business, finding the right coverage can be a challenge. With great companies like Auto Owners Insurance, I can find the appropriate coverages so that you and your family can be better protected. Come see me, Audrey Sparks, to discuss what coverages are right for you or give me a call at 812-847-4798.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Big answer by the Miners there. Big stop on defense, and then how many plays was that there? 7?
I can tell you, 7 plays, 20 yards,
and
it comes down to 4th down, and it comes down to your guy. I can't tell you. I mean, he got the ball and he was able to get his feet down, and that was against one of their better defenders, number 23. And now we got a 15-yard penalty assessed against Monrovia for a little after play jostling, and Monrovia now, gosh, they 4th and 1, and you question why you put yourself in that position this early in the contest. You know, then again, it's early. Maybe they wanted to test it, but great play. Now we'll see what kind of effect this has on the Miners as a team if it picks them up from that opening fumble.
One of those things as a team, you look at it, coach has got obviously tremendous confidence in what you're capable of doing. Thinks you should be able to pick that up, and
quite honestly, I mean, they've been getting 3 and 4 yards on every play, so there's no reason to think you couldn't. The position of the ball, you put Linton right back in it right now.
Well, if you question anything there, it's why did we go outside? Why didn't we go up the middle there?
And Deontay Fowler is going to get it at the 2-yard line.
There we go. Good stop.
Webster and Long Lions are going to be the two to make that stop. They have a guy that's what he does. A senior, and I assume he's got some speed as he's back there in that position. He did get it out to the 20.
So it's reset point here.
Yeah.
Now we're going to see who responds and how they respond. Are the Miners going to continue to build on that momentum? Is Bulldogs going to answer back? We'll see.
We went to the pass to get the touchdown. You got to wonder when they're going to try to go to the air as well. They got Braden, number 12. He's spread out to the right side, but hand off to Hale.
There we go.
Second man through.
Up.
You got to wrap them up. Boy, Webster. I'm sorry, not Webster. Corey Andrews makes the hit on Poole. Didn't bite. That first guy hand went through.
No gain.
Andrews had a stellar contest. We didn't mention it tonight, but preseason All-State, Andrews, Oliver, and Jennings. I don't know when I've seen a small school have 3.
There it is.
And now we got it up the gut again. This time I guess that's going to be hand. So now they're set up in a third down and relatively long. Andrews was in on that one as well. Will they run another play?
4.5 there. We'll see. Yeah, are they going to?
Be interesting if it is 4th and 1 if they would go for it again. Under a minute on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard.
They got to run a play, so.
Thacker coming up under center. He's got Hand and Bryant in the backfield. Here comes that's nice there. Nice play on the inside. They got him.
Good job. Lost a yard.
Again, Andrews 52. And they certainly will have to punt here. Andrews having a big first quarter. 8 seconds going down. And so this first quarter on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard from the Welcher Cornett Walton Funeral Homes press box, it's the Linton Miners 8 and the Monrovia Bulldogs 7. You're listening to Miner Football on Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Good at a lot of things, like cheering on the Miners to victory. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Jathan Wright is good at making sure your insurance needs are just right for you. That's why Jathan is here to help you work through any questions you might have about your auto, home, renters, business, and life insurance. Then you can get back to making sure the Miner fan section is louder than the other team. Talk to Jathan. Stop in or submit your information online and give him a call at 812-798-2615. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners, and we want to remind everyone that we're now in the second quarter, sponsored by Key Associates of Linton. Call Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks of Linton, as they will be there for you every step of the way. They are your key to the best.
Miners with 31 total yards in that first quarter, 58 for Monrovia. Both had about the same amount of plays. The Miners rushed for 25 yards, 58 for Monrovia. 5 yards on passing, and that was a touchdown that put the Miners up. But the big play was Voigtchild getting in on the two-pointer. And now we got a punt. Looks like I can't see very well, but it looks like it's Feltner and probably it was McBride. They're both standing at about the Miner 35-yard line.
Oh, you almost got that.
Nobody's going to touch it. It goes short.
Kind of shanked that off the side of the foot, and then it took a backwards bounce. Gives the Miners great field position out toward the center of the field there.
Yeah, the 47-yard line. So first play of the second quarter goes off, and I think Miner fans are breathing a little bit of relief after the way the game started with a fumble on the opening kickoff, and then Monrovia punches it in. And then the Miners, I can't say caught a break, but they made a defensive stand when they had to make it. Got the ball at the 21 and scored on a fourth down play.
Again, Feltner out to the left. Oliver to the right. Got Cooper in the slot.
Ooh, nice big hole for Goodman. He breaks to the middle. He's at about the 40-yard line.
First down, nice run.
Touchdown saving tackle by number 5. That is Parker Hale. Gotta give myself an excuse. That's some mighty small print. And that's the first big opening play up the middle. And it looked like Russell saw that hole so quick he about fell over trying to get to it.
Yeah, and we've come, that play right there, and then you look at what Voigtchild had. There's been a couple times where we're just one arm tackle away from busting one open. So
13-yard gain for Russell up the middle. Here comes
Voigtchild,
and there's a big hole as well.
Another one.
And again, he gets quite a big gain brought down by hand, and probably Followell is going to make the saving tackle. But back-to-back big plays, and you got to wonder if the Miners coaching staff has figured something out on the inside. Back-to-back, a 13-yard Russell gain, and then say Russell, that's Goodman for those who don't know.
So I can give him 8 for that one.
Got 8. And you like that. 2nd and 2 now. It gives you a little bit of play room.
Yep.
Center is Dresden. Kenworthy comes up. He's got Jennings and Andrews on one side. It looks like Sparks and going to the air. There it is. He's open. He's going to make the catch at the 2 and go in.
Touchdown. Paul Oliver.
Paul Oliver got behind the defender, but the ball was placed absolutely perfect. Was that Goodman that threw that?
Goodman threw it.
Well, I've said quite a bit to the point I'm probably hoarse of saying it. That passing game is going to play a role in the Miners' success. If you can do that, then they got to honor it.
Yeah, you keep them honest up there in the box. They're not going to crowd the box like that, which opens up all kinds of things for us. Again, we'll see here what we can do on the 2-point conversion. This would be big here.
There's not really anybody that's even got a tee out, so it doesn't look like we're even in an option. And you live and die on these 2-pointers. I mean, you don't get it here, you're up still.
Yep.
But once you start getting behind that, it makes it troublesome. Goodman's going to put his head down, pushing forward.
And he got in there.
He got in there on pure muscle. I'm seeing the confidence
Yep.
on the red and blue out there. 10:44 on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. Linton is now on top 16-7. You're listening to Linton Miner Football on Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
City Linton employees are dedicated to providing the best and most reliable utility service, security, and safety for its families and students. As the new mayor, I agree with the sign, "You'll like Linton." But you'll really love our Miners.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners. TY Builders, a prairie-built farms dealer in Linton, Indiana, across from the park, offers high-quality storage buildings, cabins, garages, carports, and chicken coops, all available with rent-to-own. Visit prairiebuiltfarms.com or TY Builders on Facebook today. We should also mention, too, that Team Ortho is here on site with Judd Arsenault, the certified athletic trainer. And we're very happy here at Linton Stockton to be able to have him on the sidelines, not only at football, but volleyball as well.
Well, Greencastle was answered to Monrovia last week. They were in a dogfight 14-all and back and forth before Monrovia pulled away. So Monrovia is not going to shy down from being down.
No, not at all. They've shown that in the past as well. They're here. They'll keep fighting just like the Miners will as well. This is far from being over, but it's a great series. Here are the last two for the Miners after that start.
Goodman is going to kick the ball off. It's always hard to see. Going to go down about the 25-yard line. And that's Bryant, and he's up the middle, and he got one guy, and unfortunately that guy is Cooper Smith makes the tackle.
A flag over on the other side of the field there.
Well, we can only hope that brings Monrovia back. A nice run by Bryant.
Down by number 2, Cooper Smith. There's a flag on the play.
He got all the way out to, it looks like, the 44-yard line. Well, you'd hope it wouldn't be. They already look like they're going back. Can't see. Oh, that's I never knew what that was. Aiding? Is that the new aiding?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is either.
Well, we'll just guess and say maybe there was just too much green on the field. But see what it ends up being. Going quite a bit back inside the 30. Looks like that's got to be 15 yards in, maybe down to the 26-yard line.
Where the flag was at, though,
it
looked like it was maybe a 10 or a 5.
That had to be a crackback or something along those lines. So they're going to be at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10. And the backfield stuff. The ball's on the ground. Looks like the Miners got it. Number 72, Sparks. Nice hit by Lyons, I believe, caused that. And the runner getting up slowly is Josie Hayden. And now the Miners starting to make plays happen. I think Lyons is going to make that tackle, and Sparks is going to recover it. Now the Miners got a really good opportunity at the 24-yard line of Monrovia. I didn't honestly see what happened because I was too busy trying to enter the stat, but at the 10:32 mark, Linton with a great opportunity now.
Didn't see Sparks was in there on that. I didn't see who recovered it.
I think Sparks got it. I saw Lyons celebrating over the top of Hand, so I got a feeling maybe he was involved.
Jesse picking up
Hand off to number 8, Which child?
3 or 4 there.
Brought down by number 8, Caldwell.
I see a confidence I did not see at all.
Yep.
Really at any point in the game last week. From the outset, Marion was on us. It's going to be down to the red zone to the 20-yard line. And how big would this be, Greg?
It would be absolutely huge. Again, just continue to build that confidence that we've seen the last 2 drives out of the Miners.
Here comes Woodstown again, and he finally cuts back against the grain. Made something happen.
I think he
took a big hit.
Got really close there. I don't know if he got the first down or not, but he's close. It's like about a 3rd and 1 there.
I think the coaches are probably going to tell Jesse to run more north and south. It looks like he tries to kind of, that's his game. That's what he's used to doing. But he tried to go back against the grain maybe. He'll learn to do that more he does that. And here again, the inside handoff is going to be to, he breaks that tackle. That was Harrison James, the little freshman, runt number 0. Got him by the shoulder, looked like about yanked him off the ground.
About yanked him off the ground, and then flag comes in, so
that's a bad.
Looks like it's going to be on us. Hold.
Holding against the Miners.
That's a big penalty because that pushes us back 10 from the spot. Looks like they're going to mark it off from right at the 15, so that'll be back to the 25.
3rd and 1 to 3rd and 11. That's a killer.
It is. That's a big penalty to look back on. You get 2 downs to get it, 11 yards, so you don't have to go for it all in the first play.
Right.
Just spread way out to the left, of course, is Hayden Feltner. To the right is Paul Goodman. Quarterback is Goodman. They look like they might have jumped, and they did. Number 51 is going to jump on the far right side. Connor Denault. The Miners have always been really good at that. Of course, you never know until they call it. But that's 5 yards, so you get half of it back.
Yeah.
Didn't even run a play.
Those are the things that weren't happening last week.
Exactly.
Marion was disciplined enough to not jump at those.
Yeah.
Most teams are not.
I think the lone penalty he had was one offside in the very first series of the ball game. So now you're definitely 4-down territory, 3rd and 6. Goodman in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Vorkstad. He's got a big wide open side. Just to the left, makes it. He takes up
nice
big.
hit, but I think he got a first down there.
Well, he took a pop, and they're going to say the ball was down.
Ball's down.
No, they're going to give them the ball. They're going to give them the ball. Vorkstad dove over the top of a down runner, took a big hit, and it's going to fumble the ball. And, we're going to have to mark this one down at the 8:48 mark because that was a first down in the red zone, and it turns into a fumble. So the Miners now with 2 turnovers, and that one is going to hurt. The coaches, officials look like they're talking the ball all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Miners need to answer back here.
Well, they had a chance to really put themselves up, and the officials are still huddled around talking to each other, all 4 of them. So far, no help from any of the teammates.
Bender Lumber proudly supports our area's student athletes. From building supplies to expert help with your projects, Bender Lumber has you covered. Everyone at Bender Lumber in Linton is rooting for the Miners, and Bender Lumber is our halftime show, so stay tuned.
A long discussion. You got to
Not
wonder
sure what they're talking about there.
You got to wonder about it. What would there be to talk about? You don't really see the coaching staff out there kind of prompting any discussion. It's quite a long discussion. To cap that off, the Miners were driving towards the pay dirt on a 3rd down and looked like he was going to get that first down. Took a big hit, and the ball must have popped out. The officials don't appear to be doing anything differently. Not really sure. Wait a minute. Miners offense is coming back out.
What do we got?
Miner offense is back on the field. They're going to say that the play was over, and the Miners catch a break.
They're going to replay, or no? They're going to take the. Are they taking the fumble away and saying it's fourth?
Yes. The Miners got the ball, 4th and short. Got to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Monrovia's coaches are wanting an answer.
They're not
what in the world?
They're not going to be happy.
Nope, not at all.
Because, I mean, both teams were lined up to go for Monrovia, and they just got together and huddled and talked about it. Try to get the binoculars on Coach Olson.
We should mention that we've had a number of people message our private inbox on Facebook asking how to watch the live stream. And we've posted this a number of times. You can find it in our game day graphic as well as at the top of the page with our staff photo. So visit RaiderMediaSports.com/live stream or visit us on the Indiana High School Athletic Association Champions Network.
Well, we've got more drama on the sideline. The head official now talking to the chain gang on the opposite side, and I'm not sure what the discussion, but there's quite a bit of talk with the chain gang after talking to the coaches, and the coaches are kind of standing there by them, and it doesn't appear to be any animosity necessarily. This is where you wish the officials had a headset so we could get an idea what's going on.
Fish Monuments, located at 289 A Street Northeast, will meet with you to design your special cemetery monument. Whether you're pre-planning or having experienced the death of a loved one, please contact Fish Monuments in Linton or reach them by phone 930-236-3002.
Well, it would be 4th down if he didn't get the first down because it was 3rd down and 6. Must have got 5 down to the 15, and they're still hacking it out over there.
We also want to say hello to Jim and Sue Bedwell. Leah Lucas, who is watching from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, says go Miners. Haley Franklin in the south end zone. Wendy O'Brien in the south end zone. Susan Neal watching from home, and Betty Corbin.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk between the coaches and the sideline crew, but it's not mad talk. It's kind of like what's going on, what happened, and now they're talking yet again. I mean, if it's a down situation, that's easy. It was 3rd and 6. If you didn't get it, it's 4th and short. And by looking at the binoculars, it couldn't be a tip of the football distance, but I'm not sure how you can now change the call and turn around and change it again. That'll be great to watch on that camera angle, that end zone camera that the coaches have. But
I don't know what, but we've, this has been a dead ball for 7, 8, 9 minutes here.
Maybe where they're going to mark the ball. Maybe that's the issue. I don't know. Now, again, the head chief heading over, talking to Coach Olson, and he's just kind of nothing real animated, but I'm not sure what. We're completely guessing at what it is. He's got his hands up kind of in despair. And Coach, they split up, and the official making his way. I keep thinking he's reaching for a microphone. Now he's going to talk to Jesse Voigt's-Child, and he's going to come over, and now he's going to say 4th down, like we all knew that was happening. Or he's shading his eyes. And that gives us the right-handed 4th down situation. Now, Miners are going to go for it. Of course, you knew they would. After all of this, you gotta hope you can push forward and get that first down. See Tyler Franklin in there now at right guard. Yeah. Voigt's-Child up the gut.
He got first down.
He just had to get a little bit. Brought down by 64, Colin Mann and a couple of others. That'll be interesting to learn what that was all about, because that was a long pause. Miner's going to be down. Did we get a flag?
Oh, they're going to measure.
Oh, my goodness. Now, in my view, he easily got a yard or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this could be the makeup call right here, because it sure did look like he'd gotten at least a yard or two, and he didn't have to get but really half the football. And this could be the longest first down.
Linton Miners.
Yeah.
Miners roll with the first down at the 8:41 mark on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. 16-7, the Miners on top. Now they push the ball down to the 14-yard line. Got a fresh set of downs. If you're a Monrovia fan, this is where you're wanting your defense to rise up and make a play. You know we don't have a kicker. Goodman in the shotgun. Todd behind him, coming in motion behind is probably going to be James. Right up the gut. And they're really going for the ball. I'm not even really sure who got that ball. It gets up. I guess that was Voigtstad maybe. 79 is going to make the play. Caleb Fish. It was Cooper Smith. It was so hard to tell who that was that I had no clue who it was. And he actually got 3 yards out of that to the 11-yard line.
Shout out to Tyler Shields, who's watching all the way from County Road 300 North.
Oh, yeah. Kenworthy getting ready to snap the ball back in shotgun. He's going to keep it. Goodman goes to his right, cuts up front, gets a nice block up the middle, and gets a little bit of action out there. Ramos is going to make him the tackle. So he's down to the 6-yard line. 2 plays to get it.
3rd and 2.
How would you like to be this cornerback over here?
You're out on an island with a guy that's 6'4" or 5.
Yeah, and proves he can make the big catch. Goodman going to go right up the gut.
Got a flag in. He got in there, but
he's in the end zone. Flag falls over where the play happened at. So we'll see what happened. Goodman fought off 2 blockers. They're going to say hold. I could already read the. Going to be a hold. Not sure. I saw him flash the number at him, but gosh, that's a killer too because Goodman was in the end zone.
Yep.
There it is.
And here you go.
Oh, it'll be 3rd down. Where they mark it at.
McBride's coming in here now.
You got a feel there's going to be the loft here.
Yep.
Ball back to the 16-yard line now, 3rd and 12. Again, I mean, you've got 2 downs to get there. Boy, an extra touchdown lead would really make you feel comfortable right now. McBride, the quarterback, Goodman now behind him. And it is definitely going to be a pass. Jennings gets in front of him. McBride looking like
he
just threw it up.
He got it. Wow.
Who made that catch? I have to ask.
That's Paul.
Holy moly. Paul Goodman went.
Got another flag down. Holding on the Miners.
Oh, is it really?
Yep.
Well, I will say that, he had the ball in the pocket a long time and ran. But, boy, that erases an unbelievable play by both McBride and Goodman because Oliver went all the way across the back of the end zone, made that catch. And
McBride threw that. I thought, he threw it across his body there. I thought
it looked immediately. When I looked over, saw 2 white jerseys. So that's going to come all the way back now. This is going to make it a really long, all the way back to the 30-yard line. So that must have happened at the 20. That's back-to-back penalties, now 24 yards. Erases a huge touchdown reception at the 6:43 mark on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. Miners still up 16-7. That clock is churning. Again, McBride in the shotgun. Going to throw it quickly out to Oliver.
There he goes
down the sideline, takes a big hit, and he's still standing. And the one making the hit's getting up a little bit slow. Check it out. That is going to be a leave hand out there, 32. So the physicalness is matched. Oh my goodness, another flag. Triple flags erase 3 big plays for the Miners. Oh, am I saying freshman all this time? Yeah, I know that. I know Harris.
Grandma corrected us.
Well, we'd like him to be a freshman, so we'd have another 3 years to go.
3 years left, yes.
Also give a shout out to Aaron and Melissa Chancy, who says go Miners and says, Bubba, you're doing a great job.
So what did they call? Illegal block in the back, so. Goodness. Well, we were at the 6-yard line. Now we are at the 32-yard line, so that penalty happened downfield. Back to a third down now and 28. That was a nice gain to Oliver. Took a big hit. In motion, Voigtchild. It is Braylon, and he's going to pass it out, and it's going to go. It's caught, but not a whole lot going on there. Voigtchild makes the grab, but they're not going to get much out of that other than a catch, which is a good thing to have. Down to the 25, so now we've got to get to
5-yard line, I believe.
5 or 4 yard line. So it's a weird feeling in the game all of a sudden. It's just been stopped so much by penalties, and after that weird third down and short, which
6:19 left at 8:48, it seems like forever ago. Oh, there it is.
Can't quite get there.
Quite.
Followell's going to make the tackle. Getting up slow on that sideline. That's probably that Voigt shot, I believe. So it's going to be a long.
Yeah, for the Miners here, you want to get a stop here. Don't let them do anything because they get the ball coming out the second half.
Right. It's all the way down. It looks about the 9-yard line. So we got a gain of 16 on the play. But we had a TD called back out of the end zone and all sorts of different penalties right in a row. Kind of knock us out.
Nothing.
Boy, they move quick. It's hard to see what even happened on that play. I believe 17 Bryant might have been the ball carrier. Doesn't get a whole lot out of it. He's going to get out to the 14-yard line. You'd love to make a stop because the clock is going to play it, and they're just going to play it safe. Again, that time it's Green, number 43. I believe 43. Looked like Lyons might have been out there.
Shout out to Virgil Franklin, who's watching on the live stream.
Well, 3rd and 3 here.
Well, they don't seem concerned much about the time. A big third down play for the Bulldogs as they come up. Quarterback under center, number 6.
Oh, nice stop.
Big hit. That's going to be
make him short.
Big hit by Corey Andrews. Can't fathom that they're going to go for this.
4th and
1. Oh boy, they sure look like they're lined up.
They look like they're going to do it.
My goodness. That is 8 tackles in the first half for Corey Andrews. I can't believe they'd go for this.
They're going to do it.
I mean, you don't get it. Linton poised to punch it in. They sure are lining up. I am sure their fans are going, my goodness. Of course, they could try to draw the Miners off. Quarterback under center, they're going to go, and he's not going to get it. Green.
Boy, they're going to have to measure that umpire coming in off the side there. Now they gave it to him.
Boy, I guess he just had to get a little bit. Howard is going to be the guy that meets Green there, but they dodge another bullet, in my opinion. They just got that by a little bit. 4 minutes on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. Miners up 16-7. Had one called back. We'll have to watch that. Under center again. Second man. Oh, a big hit. He broke away from it, and he's gone. Just like that, friends. He is gone. He had a hit at the line. Oliver trying to get him.
No, he stepped out.
He's out of bounds. So you got to give credit. That's Braylon McBride, I think. Feltner, number 15, ran all the way from across the field and kept him out of the end zone. That was Poole, number 9. And Greg, we had a big hit on him. Looked like he was going down.
Yep. Just didn't quite get him wrapped up.
He bounced out and saw free ground and is all the way down to the Linton 20-yard line. Just like that, a 60-yard run. And now the Miners are going to try to keep them out of the end zone. That would be a big plus for them scoring and then coming out and getting the ball. Now, that's the kind of play that they did against Greencastle last week. Quarterback number 6 is Thacker. And hand it to Bryant. He tries to get outside. There's an obvious hold. There's the flag.
Yep.
And so Bryant will get a nice gain out of that, but the ball, that's going to come right back about the 21. That one was easy to see, as you probably heard.
A lot of laundry out on the field for that one.
Yeah. So that'll push them 10 yards back from the 20-yard line, put them back at the 30. The Miner fans show some appreciation over that. 5 fouls against the Miners tonight on 31 yards and just 2 for Monrovia for 15. But I'd say Linton's have been a little bit more costly right now. Big point in the contest. That's how football is, Greg. I mean, 1 minute you're thinking, well, we're 6 yards from going up 2 scores, and then now we're looking at Monrovia with 3:33 on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard and a chance to, you know.
This is where you got to be careful they don't pull one of those passes out.
Right, they have yet to even show it. Thacker, he hands it off up the middle, and boy, they do a great job of just bouncing. I mean, he stopped right at the line, and he's able to twist Josie Hand. A whole bunch of Miners in there.
Want to give a shout out to Kay Sullivan, who's watching on the live stream, as well as Bill and Karen. I hope our boys are doing really good with you this week.
He's managed to get to the 28, just a 2-yard gain. And again, they really are in no hurry. I guess with 3 minutes to go, they've got plenty of time. But here comes an official from this side, and it's going to be a Miner timeout.
Timeout, Miners.
We're going to take a quick timeout to hear from one of our Miner Pride sponsors. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
It starts well before the lights are turned on. The grill at the grill is fired up well before the front door is unlocked and the first customer ventures in.
I've been coming to the grill for 30 years. It's the best restaurant in Greene County.
It's a Linton tradition that's lasted over 100 years and the same family for over the last 40. Open 7 days a week with carry out, and speaking of traditions, they have steak night every Friday and Saturday night. If you didn't stop by today, there's always tomorrow at the grill in downtown Linton.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners. Wrong graphic there. Green Streets is a proud supporter of Linton Miner football and Linton athletics. Green Streets covers crime news, court news, jail logs, obituaries, and other news around Greene County. Visit Green Streets at greenstreets.com.
Got to give out a shout to my niece Olivia, listening in to the Miners from up next Indianapolis. And here is the quarterback Thacker under center. Here comes the pass play.
There's the pass.
And there he is. He didn't get it out there enough. He had his receiver out there. That is number 8, Followell, from the tight end position. Nice defensive effort out there by McBride. But if he gives that some air, that might have been in there.
It could have been. The nice thing for us is the incompletion stops the clock. So, if we can get a stop right here.
McBride was
2
there.
plays.
McBride was there, nice defensive play. So he didn't get fooled. At least he was right there with him. And now we're looking at a 3rd and 18. You just got to feel like if you're a defensive back, you've got to play pass first here.
Yes.
Thacker under center. Now here's a different play. Bryant's going to go in motion, going to look for him. It's a screen pass, and he overthrows Followell. Jennings comes up. Oh, there's a punch thrown by Poole, and there's a flag, and he ought to be out of the game. He ought to be out of the game, and now a couple of other guys are having to worry. But Jennings put a good hit on him, but not an illegal hit, and he made a terrible mistake by coming up and firing a punch right in front of the official. Yeah, I know that's a personal foul at the minimum, but that could be worse, and that'd be devastating. Devastating for the Bulldogs. So we'll see the officials talk. Maybe they'll say he got him with the shoulder, and maybe not the fist, but.
The Grill of Linton is a 100-year tradition and in the same family for the last 40. Open 7 days a week with steak night every Friday and Saturday night. You may dine in or carry out at this eatery located in the heart of downtown Linton.
Well, I'm glad they're not going to throw a guy out. That's just heat of the moment stuff. You get 290 pounds crunching down on you like that, and he probably feels the pass, obviously it wasn't completed. I think Brian's probably talking to him about, you can't get more blatant than that.
No, that was pretty obvious that he threw a punch. He didn't make contact with it, which
if he
probably
did,
wouldn't have mattered with the helmet on. I don't know.
Hit the face mask.
I never quite understood that.
Yeah.
But
it's easy to hit somebody with a full.
Yes.
And so things getting a little testy. Already tonight I've seen a little bit of back and forth, and I got to feel that the Linton kids are got a little chip on their shoulder after getting hammered last week, and I think Monrovia's got a little chip on their shoulder for not respect from statewide, and this is a big game. But boy, that's a big penalty. That's all the way out to the 43-yard line. So now they kind of had the same situation. They were at the minor 20, 1st and 10, at the third. Actually, the 20, and now they've had 2 penalties, and we're looking at 4th down. So,
if you're Monrovia, do you?
Yeah, you've got to
quick.
I think they're going to dump it out to 17 in the flats and let him try to do something out there. I mean, they didn't punt on 4th and 1 from 19.
And I get that. To me, if you punt it down there and get it inside with 3 minutes left,
and
it's a long field to go. But
we have punted the ball or fumbled the ball
that
twice.
That looks like they might.
Yeah, you're right. If 81's back there,
it's 30.
Oh, Josie Hand is back
there.
Yeah. So now their coach is maybe he's going to wait for the clock to go down and call a timeout. And a lot of talking with the coaches and the officials. And 81 is coming out, so he's the punter. You might have called that, Greg.
Did they not start the play clock at all?
No, they never.
Wow.
So we'll see what happens with the first punt from Monrovia tonight. This is Aiden Parker. He's standing at his own 43-yard line. He's taking his time.
Ooh.
He just gets it out, punts towards the goal, but it's going to be picked up at dangerous at about the 10-yard line. And he immediately goes down. That's Feltner. He is dropped by number 12, Braden. That was a nice catch by him, because if he doesn't get it, they could pin us. But it was also a little scary because he had to reach out for it.
2:54 left on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. Miners up 16-7.
3:02 to go in the first half, and the Miners are up 16-7. Be a nice time for Voigtchild to bust up the middle and go. Breadaway at tackle, Sparks at guard, Kenworthy at center, Jennings and Andrews. I'm sorry, that's Charborough at the right tackle position. Quarterback is Goodman. Here comes the handoff to Voigtchild, takes a block.
Hold on to that ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a nice play by number 52, Brody Clampett, and a flag comes down at the 20-yard line. Clampett made fought off the defender. Ball is flag's thrown at the 20-yard line. He didn't really get to the 20-yard line. Maybe he did. And the officials take their sweet time in talking about it. This second half of the second quarter is taking forever. Game that started at 8 due to the heat. Here he comes. Let's see what we got. Personal blow to the head. Well, a hit to the head has to be against them.
Yeah.
Man. Blow to the head. Not sure when that happened. But that pushes the ball out to the 34-yard line.
Again, keep shortening that field up here.
Back handoff center. Scarborough leading. Here comes Voigtchild to the sideline. Takes a good hit on the out of bounds by hand. That's going to stop the clock.
Handoff to number 8, Voigtchild.
again, I mean, it just looks like he's a second from getting out there. Hand closed in pretty fast. He gets out to the 38-yard line, and that's going to 37-yard line, so that's going to
stopping the clock.
$36 yards, 12 carries for Jesse Voigtstad. Going to the air. He hits Feltner. And he gets down the sideline, brought down by Followell. No, I'm sorry. Number 0, Burton. In that passing game again, I think that was McBride that fired that ball out there. Feltner, 7 targets last week. Caught 4 of them, and the Miners are at the Monrovia 48.
Proud to be your hometown grocer. Save a Lot encourages you to switch to their brands and save on their weekly ad that comes out Wednesdays. You may find exciting specials to choose from. This featured deals this week on meat and a 4-pack of Tostino pizzas for $7.49.
We got an injury down there for
54.
And he's looking at his knee, and that's never a good thing. 54 is Bentley McClellan. That was a carry by Goodman that he paused a little bit and took a hit. But so we'll probably take a timeout, Heather.
Let's take a timeout. This is Raider Media Sports, home of the Miners.
At Violet & Company, we love assisting each of you in all of life's special moments. We are a locally owned floral shop at 69 North Main Street in downtown Linton. Contact us at 812-847-3208 to purchase your arrangement for any special occasion or stop in for that perfect gift. Stay in touch with us on Facebook under Violet & Company for upcoming events and to see our latest creations. We encourage you to live life in full bloom.
Welcome back to Raider Media Sports, home of the Miners.
54 there. Good to see him walking off.
Yeah, he immediately went looking for his knee and see how he goes off of there. McClellan, he's a starter on both sides of the ball, and they're already out Lane Whitney. So we'll see who steps up for them. I think number 79 is in there. I'll get his name in a minute. Here comes a pitch out to Voigtstad. It's going to get blown up. Blown up by 52. That's a heck of a play by Brody.
Really good job.
Brody Clampett. We had all sorts of guys in lead in the pack, and he just seemed to go right through all of them. 79 is going to be Caleb Fish, a sophomore, 6'2", 285. So they don't lose a lot of size. We lost 3 on that play back to the midfield stripe. Minute 35 left in the first half.
Got him jump again.
And this time they call it again. That's 2 or 3. The Miners have pulled that one off successfully a few times tonight. And I think you said it, that's the difference between that program, Marion Local. They didn't budge.
Well, you don't win 48 or 9 games in a row and
49, yeah,
not be a disciplined team.
Yeah. Looking back at that, they'd won 3 in a row. Then the COVID year, they didn't have it, and then they won in 2019.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Heather.
Wow.
Midwest Satellite says, are you looking for TV or high-speed internet? Give Mike Morin a call at Midwest Satellite as he has offers. Dish TV plans starting at $84.99 a month and T-Mobile high-speed internet for $60 a month. Call Midwest Satellite at 812-847-8848. Call Mike. He'll treat you right.
Oh, so we got offsetting. So I don't know how you can have procedure and offside at the same time. Wow. Okay, well, that's 3rd and 12 now, and a minute 30 right at the midfield stripe. I didn't think you could. It's either one or the other, I would think.
Yeah.
McBride, the quarterback, in the shotgun. He's got to his right side. Looks like Russell Goodman. There's a quick pass, and it's caught right to the sideline. It's going to be Oliver. Neal's going to bring him out.
Good job.
And they might. They might go.
Shortening that up to 4th and 2.
Yeah, he got down to the 40-yard line. And Oliver now with 3 catches for 47 yards. Two of them are touchdowns. 4th and 2. Now here's a big play here.
Yes,
as you mentioned, could you punt this down and make them work that minute 25? Historically, Coach Oliver has always gone for these, and they've always been nerve-wracking because if you don't get it, you're giving them half the field, and it's going to be Goodman keep it. Puts his head down. He pops right up the gut. Takes a good hit from Hand, the safety.
And Miners call timeout there.
Hand and looks like Hale as well on that tackle. And he had a hole, and he runs hard up the middle.
Goodman limping off the field here a little bit.
He took a twist there.
Yeah.
We can't afford any more injuries. So we'll see who. I mean, this was where Tate Gamble came in at running back last week, the freshman, and he got a broken leg. You just hate it for him. So Voigtchild steps back there. Ooh, McBride almost fumbles the ball. Gets it, fires it deep again. It's interference. He still makes the catch. He made the catch.
Smith with an unbelievable catch.
We're so used to calling Paul Oliver, but my goodness, that was an incredible catch by Cooper Smith.
He's getting banged. He's probably close to pass interference. He's falling down and catches the ball. Unbelievable.
I can't believe that there wasn't a flag on that, but he gets all the way down to the 10-yard. Now we're under a minute to go. The Miners, I know, have called a timeout at once. Got to see what's going on up the gut. Can't get in there. Got to figure the timeout's coming. We don't have a field goal kicker, and everybody's taking their sweet time getting up. Ramos, number 4, was in on that along with another guy getting up slowly. I think they are gassed. He didn't get anything on that. Almost got to go to the air, don't you think, to stop that clock. And he gets up the middle.
Down to 5. 22 seconds left on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. A Miners timeout here.
Boy, this would be huge as well for the Miners.
Absolutely would.
With Greg Elliott, Heather, and the guys on the right side.
Braden, Crynes, and Bubba Chancy. It's the perfect season for camping. Give Audrey Sparks at Richard Brown Assurance a call to get the best protection for your camper. As well as, just a moment here. At Indiana Farm Bureau, we're not just good at insurance, we're good at your insurance. Talk to your local agent, Jathan Wright. He's here for you whether you want to talk in person, get started online, or you can call him at 812-798-2615. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Jathan Wright, another ex-Miner football player, a lot of good nights on this field.
Looking to sell your home? Century 21 Sheets agent Corey Motter specializes in getting top dollar for his clients. With a proven track record and personalized marketing strategies, Corey strives to make selling easy and stress-free. Get the results you deserve and close it with Corey.
Russell Goodman back out of quarterback. And the Miners.
Do we have any timeouts left?
Looks like we have one timeout, so we can run one running play. And Goodman is back in the shotgun. You almost feel like he's going to take it. He hands it off, keeps it, goes forward. He's got it. He's got it. He's in there. No flags, and the Miners get the one back that they got called back on, and that's a huge one, Greg.
And this touchdown is sponsored by Stanger Homes.
Yeah, that's a big score there, especially like I said earlier when you know they got the ball coming out of half.
Yeah, big, and that gives you a little bit of a pad. You feel. I mean, the game is a crazy sport and we're looking at Bryant running down the field thinking he's going to score. Bryant is stopped by Hayden Feltner making the effort all the way across the field. They don't end up scoring, and now we go from our 17 and put the ball in the end zone, and now going for 2, and that's not going anywhere.
Going anywhere there.
Tackled with feeling.
Conversion no good. 16.7 seconds to go in the second quarter. Miners 22.
So on the Linton Stock and Sales scoreboard, which is 16 seconds till halftime, the scoreboard reads Linton 22, Monrovia 7. You're listening to Linton Miner football on Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Correll's LP Gas has quite a story to tell. A locally owned operation for 78 years, offering residential and agricultural propane in 6 counties. They also fill camper, motorhome, and gas grill cylinders. Correll's LP Gas, located at Highway 54 in Linton. Check them out on Facebook or by phone at 812-847-4076.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Well, as Greg pointed out, Jesse head hit the ground pretty solid, but Jed is taking a look at him. Of course, they're going to be safe, and all of Linton Minorland is the Lord they're looking to make sure he's going to be all right. They're very, very cautious about such things. 16 seconds might be a squib kick here.
Yeah, you don't want to give him a chance to run one back here, I don't think. And
Bryant shows some wheels back there. And Jesse looks like he's running, getting his helmet still in his hands. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Aiming it to the sidelines, and a nice pickup at a 28-yard line. Ooh,
nice tackle.
That is Andrews, 30-52, and he has a few words. Nice hit. And the 9th tackle in this first half from Andrews.
He has got a nose for the ball.
Yeah. And that's going to put it at their own 37-yard line, and I've never understood why teams just take a knee. I'd fire the ball deep, try to make something happen.
Yeah, I know you got a risk of throwing an interception or something here, but
if you throw deep, you
don't have much chance if you're taking a knee of anything.
I know bad things can happen on a pass, and that doesn't look like they're going to listen to me. There's Bryant going out to the right side. Now he can break it. There's a hit in the back right there.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, there was a hit in the back, easy to call. Bryant is able to now give them some live 6 seconds. Now you definitely might throw the ball.
Yep.
All the way out to the Miner 46-yard line, and boy, wouldn't that be something? 17 yards that's 29 yards for Bryant. Remember, this kid had 156 last week. Remember, this team had 449 yards, and right now they have, let me give you that. Get back up. I have 146 yards on the rush, but that's Ryder Poole with 83 of that 60 on one play.
Yeah.
Bulldog fans getting fired up. Thacker under center. He's going to go back to pass. There it goes. What, did he catch it?
Nope.
Intended for Poole. Defense out there by sophomore Harrison James. Well, there sure was a deep guy back there. We got a guy coming off the helmet issue. That was a solid hit on the middle by James. Probably the last play of the first half, and you got to figure we're going to have a lot of guys back. This might be where they throw it under. That Bryant kid shows that he's got some wheels and some moves.
Out in open field.
Yeah, where Belcher was more the pounder guy up the gut. You see this guy hits a hole and then makes a juke, and then he's down the sideline.
Well, they're going to do something here.
Yeah, watch the
probably, honestly, they'll take a timeout here in just a second.
Yeah. I thought they might have taken one now. Thacker's already over there with his coach, so. Heather, looks like we got a timeout for the Bulldogs.
This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Tending the land you love is a lot easier when you share the heavy lifting. Team up with Polaris Ranger, your hardworking partner for backyards, the backwoods, farms, and ranches.
Since 1973, Linton Cycle Sales.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners, and we ask all of you to stay tuned to the Bender Lumber halftime show.
Probably have the Miner band out there as well, I'm guessing.
Miner band, cadets, and flags. Obviously, you're going to give us a rundown on some stats.
We'll definitely have the stats, and we'll definitely talk about, this game started off ominously, Greg.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
For those that weren't listening or watching, Jesse Voigt's opened up with a nice run up the gut on that kickoff, and that ball got popped out. And bad memories as Monrovia drove down the field and put the ball in the end zone. We thought, oh no. But the Miners have put 22 straight points on the board. And if we can just keep a crazy play from happening, you just know it's coming.
I expect anything here.
Thacker's under center, and he's going to go straight back. Miners trying to get there. There's a buzzer. He's going to run, and he gets a big hit. Jennings with a big crushing hit at the Miner 46. That was almost a sack, but he actually got right back to the line of scrimmage.
He did get to the line.
Getting ready for the Bender Lumber halftime show from us now on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. It is your Miners 22, the Bulldogs 7. You're listening to Linton Miner football on Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Time ago, we decided to open our own crematory. To go above expectation, we are now the exclusive cremation with confidence provider in our area.
Our 10-step process ensures that cremation is done in a compassionate, respectful, and professional way.
We believe in our process so much that we are the exclusive provider of the cremation with confidence guarantee in Owen and Greene counties.
Welcome to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners. During the Bender Lumber halftime show, Linton leads Monrovia 22-7 on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. And we're getting ready to hear from the Linton Miner Band, Cadets, Rifles, and Flags.
Features the Linton Stockton Marching Minor Band, the Rifle and Flag Corps, under the field direction of Drum Major Rose Wright. Tonight's performance is a repeat of last week's Call Me by Blondie, with the addition tonight of Soul Finger by the Barcays. The Linton Stockton Band is under the direction of Jeff Mayfield. The rifle coach is Taylor Wise. The flag coaches are Ellie Walton and Madison Wilkes. Please welcome them to the field.
That was your Linton Stockton Marching Minor Band cadets, rifles, and flags. Big D, you want to go over some of the first
I sure
half
will.
stats?
First thing I'll do is kind of give you some scores updates, some that I happen to know about. Western, who we play next week, a big game tonight with Western Boone. It's just 3-0. Western Boone in the second quarter. That's
interesting.
That's a good thing there. Looks like North Posey, another team in our sectional, is over Princeton 28-7. Vincennes Lincoln getting hammered by Evansville Wrights 30-0. Cloverdale with a big win over Edinburgh 62-0. Brown County hadn't won a game in 2-3 years, and now they've had big wins. A 24-0 win over Crawford County. North Knox is on top of Eastern Green at the halftime, 12-0. Greencastle is tied. Can't even read my own writing on that one. Springs Valley walloped 75 points on top of Mitchell. North Central and North Davies, the Cougars are on top at the half, 14-0. Another surprise story, Pike Central won big last week. They're winning big this week, 49-7 over Tecumseh. Southridge 27 over Boonville 12. Don't have a score on the South Vermilion Sullivan. That's one we're always interested in. The Miners, as we talked about, came out tonight and opened up receiving the football, and an opening kick returned by Voigtchild was a nice return, but the ball got knocked out, and Monrovia was able to come up with it and start at the Miner 44. They had to convert a couple of third downs. They end up scoring. Josie Hand goes in from 8 yards out, the 9-10 mark. Newland nails the extra point, and we're down 7-0. Wondering how the Miners are going to respond. They get the ball back from their own 20, and they're able to get out to the 36 before looks like they had to punt that ball away at the 7:01 mark. Monrovia isn't going to get the ball at 7:01, and they're going to have basically they almost got to go back and wonder if this is not the play of the first half. 4th and 1, they elect to go for it from their own 21-yard line. Great play by Colin Webster and Goodman as well out there. Gives the Miners the ball at the 21-yard line. They're able to punch the ball in on a 4th down and 8, a pass from McBride to the corner of the end zone where a leaping, injured Paul I don't know why I say Paul Goodman. I remember Paul Goodman from the day. Paul Oliver leaps up, makes the catch over the top of Neal. And the Miners go for 2 with the Voigtchild at the 137 mark. Linton is up 8-7. Monrovia would then come back after the kick, and they would have to punt 3 and out. A great job by the Miner defense. And Linton then would able to draw down and score again, trying to get to the scoring page. Another 32-yard pass, this time from Goodman. Hits Oliver perfect stride. It was a heck of a pass from a guy who hasn't played quarterback for a while. And at the 10:44 mark, the Miners now with a Goodman run at the extra point are up 16-7. Things would even get better for the Miners as we did get the ball after, I believe it was a fumble. I'm not sure. I'll have to look again. But we drive all the way down. We have a 4th down play that we execute. And we were at the 20-some yard line. Next thing I know, we get a holding penalty, and then another penalty. And still we managed to get down close to the end zone. Then they break a deep run. I said it was Bryant, but it was actually Poole. He breaks 60 yards. Next thing you know, they're looking at maybe scoring, but the Miner defense rises. Then we get the ball over at 17, drive the length of the field with time, nice time management by the team. Russell Goodman, 5-yard run. The extra point, no good, but it was up 22-7. Got to feel good going in at halftime with the way the Miners have showed up tonight.
Yeah, I think you do. There's two big plays that really stood out to me in the first half. One is the 4th and 1 that we hold them on down here on short field. You know, it was a big, huge momentum swing. The other one was Hayden Feltner coming from across the field to stop Poole from scoring, because if he scores there, you get a huge momentum swing again.
And I mean, Hayden, not like he just ran alongside of him. He was playing cornerback on the opposite side. He goes all the way around and makes that play.
And he's sneaky quick, too. He doesn't look like he's this lightning fast kid, but he made up a lot of ground there really, really quick.
So the Miners have been able to have decent amount of running yards. Russell Goodman from mainly the quarterback position, 10 carries, 47 yards, a touchdown. Jesse Voigtchild, 14 carries, 32 yards. Cooper Smith had 2 carries on 8 yards. Miners with 87 yards rushing on 26 carries. But the good side of this is the passing. 2 of 3 is Russell Goodman on a touchdown. He's got 48 yards. 5 of 5 is Braylon McBride for 63 yards. So the Miners have 111 yards in the air, 198 total. Going to Monrovia, just as you would expect, the Bulldogs have run the ball. Ryder Poole is going to lead them with 83 yards on 4 carries, but of course 60 came on 1 play. 29 yards for Noah Bryant on 7 carries, 25 yards. Josie Hand on 7 carries. Clay Thacker's kept the ball twice for 3 yards. Brody Green, 3 carries, 6 yards. They got 146 on the ground, but they got nothing in the air on 3 pass attempts. And so that's kind of been their MO. On the defensive side of things, looking at 5 tackles each for Jay Neal and Ethan Followell. Looks like 4 for Brody Clamp, but Clamp at 52 has made some nice plays. Miners on the defense, well, it's really one guy's name we can talk about all night, Corey Andrews. 6 solo tackles, 3 of those assists. Goodman with 3, Cooper Smith with 3. Chris Lyons has been active with 4 in there as well. Trying to look at game stats for the Miners. The Miners with 10 first downs to Monrovia, 6 to penalties. Monrovia 4 for 45, Linton 5 for 31. Third downs, Linton 2 for 7, Monrovia 3 for 6. And total yardage there looks like, you think I should have that right there, but I don't. I think it's pretty even. Oh, there it is, 146 to 198 in favor of Linton. So pretty balanced for both teams, and you just got to hope the Miners can sustain it. I feel like the Miners were wearing them down a little bit.
I think so, and you know, when you know Monrovia is going to get their yards. They're too good not to. What you can't give them up is the big plays, and we've done a great job of that in the first half, with the exception of the one run. I think coming out this second half, you know, Miners have all the momentum in the first half, and you know, Monrovia's going to try to get some of that back. So this first drive is going to be big.
First drive of the second half is always a gigantic thing. One of the things I wanted to look at was in the first quarter, Linton with 31 total yards, second quarter 167. Yeah. So we held them to 88, and we seemed like we had the ball quite a bit. So as we go into the half on that Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard, 22-7 sure looks a lot better than 0 to 42.
Yes.
And we'll probably take a pause here.
I do want to give a shout out to Patty Jones, who is watching from home. Said that she's a little bit under the weather, but we want to send her a very happy birthday today. So hope you get to feeling better soon, Patty. And we are going to take a quick timeout to hear from one of our Miner Pride sponsors. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Linton Sporting Goods has an over 20-year tradition of offering Hoosiers the best in sports equipment and apparel. They feature Wilson, Demarini, Louisville Slugger, Marucci, Mizuno, and much more. Get ready for any sports season by shopping at Linton Sporting Goods on Highway 54, where the winners shop.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners, and we'd like to just give a few quick reminders as we start the second half. You can always follow us on Facebook at Rader Media Sports, as well as on our website, RaderMediaSports.com. We've had a number of people tonight ask, how do you watch the live stream? And we've posted this on our game graphics a number of times in multiple posts, so we hope that you're able to find us during tonight's game.
Miners warming up on the field. I guess first thing I want to kind of look at is Jesse Voigtstad. If you can see out there if he's there. Who's this down here? Oh, these are just that's Tate Gamble. You just hate you hate to see a freshman like that, and you just
Jesse's out there.
What about the wearing down? It surprises me a tad bit, because I watched the Greencastle Monrovia game and I saw no signs whatsoever of any wearing out. It looked like Monrovia got stronger as the game went on. So it felt like we were kind of getting on top of them there towards the end of the first half. So, but I can't imagine that the second half will be much the same.
Yeah, this heat this week's a little bit different than it was last week. It was certainly a lot more humid this week in general, and it was pretty hot the last 2 or 3 days here. So I think that has something to do with it as well. But yeah, I mean, again, you're on that field on defense. The longer you're on there,
getting hit.
I mean, you're getting hit,
pounding over and over. And I got to give props. I mean, I think the offensive line for the Miners, Andrews, Jennings, Kenworthy, Sparks, Breadaway, as well as I'll tell you, when you get old, your brain doesn't think as well as it used to.
We do want to mention that our third quarter tonight is sponsored by Key Associates of Linton, your key to the best.
Tyler Frank, go ahead.
Sorry. Call Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks of Linton today.
I jumped on your ad reading. I knew that was coming up.
That's okay.
I wanted to make sure I mentioned Tyler Franklin and Scarborough because they've both been there as well. And I know offensive line coach said that, it's going to be a night where they have to rotate people in, and they really like them. So I think they've done a great job tonight, and I think your front line defensively has really done a solid job. They're not getting a whole lot up the middle there. And, again, that's a linebacker crew of Goodman Andrews. But up front, Sparks, Jennings, and Lyons, I think, have been really active. So
can we also give a special thanks to Bubba, Chancy, and Braden Crynes tonight on both camera and kind of here being in the booth to
good support unit for sure.
Well, they're learning the camera, and that's something we want to mention to everyone at home that's watching is that these students are learning camera views and camera angles. And then also, too, we've got our two students that's going to be going on the field tonight in Kevin's place to conduct the post-game interview with Coach Oliver. So we're very excited to be able to see that tonight as well.
And I'm used to Bubba kind of saying, home of the Miners. I'm kind of missing that a little bit. Going to have to cue that up.
So as you can see on the screen, we want to stay tuned to the E2 Customs Creations post-game show where we're going to have Coach Oliver's interview. Big D will be choosing the Valdico player of the game. And as always, we want to give a special shout-out to Big D as this is his 25th year covering the Miners.
Yeah, I said I was old. I didn't get gray hair overnight, though. Love doing Miner football. That's why I started doing it, and that's why I'm so happy to still be able to do it. Special feeling walking into Roy. Special nights like tonight under the lights. I could go on forever, just like you, Greg, could go on forever about walking into the basketball gym and the smells and sights and what it feels like.
This is a special place. It always has been. It's always a special place.
May I say, I sound like Kevin there, didn't I? And may I say that I'm very proud at the way the Miners have shown up tonight. Yep. I mean, I know there are a lot of doubters. The game is by no means over, but they have shown that they're not going to roll over and play dead. They're here to play.
Yep.
That was an exceptional team, and they've learned from it. You see they've done things better.
Absolutely. We talked early in the game, one of the things that was surprising a little bit, we talked about us doing a little more east to west, trying to wear that line out.
Yeah.
But we've busted it up the middle quite a bit tonight, and with a lot of success. So our line's done a great job.
I wish I could keep. That's something I guess I can add to the stats, whether it's an inside run or an outside run. I usually try to note it, but a lot more success with the middle. And oh my gosh, Russell Goodman has been the guy doing that.
Yeah,
I think it was a great decision. I mean, the coaches made a great decision putting Russell there because he's got the same build as Oliver and putting Voigtshot back where he can make things happen.
And you got, Jesse, he's not big in stature, but he's big in heart. And goodness, he's driving right up through there as well.
Imagine if he was 6'3", 215, what he would do to people.
Yep. Braylon McBride's done a great job back there.
He threw a great pass.
He did. So
Goodman
see how this starts
low.
Off here.
Going to go to the 27-yard line.
Oh, nice tackle.
Oh, my goodness. Miners are just coming out fired up.
75.
Chris Lyons.
That was a big hit. I'm not sure what the flag come in for here, so we'll see what that is.
That's going to be I think everybody agrees a hit to the head's what's going to be called. So they're going to call that a lot this year. And sometimes I wonder how you can call it because if you're as a runner, you lower down to prepare for the hit.
Yeah.
And if you're coming in to make the tackle, how are you supposed to know where the guy's head is at?
I know, I understand why they're doing it, but it's really difficult. At the speed that they were doing it at to try to adjust to that.
The blatant calls, I understand.
Right.
The ones that are questionable, I don't know how you can call that, but that gives them the ball now at the 49-yard line. So they're getting the ball at midfield, a great opportunity for the Bulldogs. Tacker's under center. He's going to hand the ball to Hand, and that's the first spring open that he had, and Corey Andrews is already in there, but he got a nice burst up the middle that time. Hand is more the kind of the power back. Gets into minor territory to the 46. Like to hear that cheer block going there.
Yep.
Close to the first down, right up the gut. That's going to be number Hand again. Looks like Lions.
And gave him first down there.
And Jennings going to get in there. Well, you don't want to let him back in the game.
Nope.
I think things have kind of mellowed out a little bit. Back-to-back 5-yard gains by Hand is going to give him 35 yards on 9 carries. Thacker under center. Again, this time with a second man through, Brian, and he's met by Goodman, number 6, brought down just inside the 40. Several Miners were over there.
Pick up a couple there.
Goodman now.
Good to see him back out there
as
well.
Yeah.
After limping off, taking a little.
Might have got a Charlie horse or something. There's Hand. He's got an opening field, and it broke through to the second side. The helmet comes off. I know there's too much talking by Andrews, and he's going to 15-yard penalty. He made a hit, got him down. His helmet popped off, but he was fired up at the 31-yard line, and now the Miners are kind of causing grief to themselves with 2 penalties. Got to the 31. He already had a nice gain of 8 yards.
Sportsmanlike conduct against the Miners.
So now they're poised. Now they're going to be down. Trying to type and talk at the same time.
Just inside the 15 there. It's not what you wanted to see here.
Yeah, it's actually inside. Looks like the 14-yard line. So they will have done, if they can put it in, 17. A penalty ended up being. Thacker under center. Hands it off. Pulls out the last second. Nope, he's got it, and he's going to score. All right, see who had it.
32.
Man, that was way too easy. They found something come. Now we got some flags way over on the far sideline, out of bounds, involving Voigtchild. That might have been after the play, or it might have happened during it. I was totally lost by it. But what I do know is that Josie Hand went right up the middle and was able to get in the end zone from 14 yards out. See what happens with the call. I guess no flag.
You got a flag on the field. What's the call here? After the play? And then you have another flag back here in the back of the end zone too.
Yeah,
so
not sure what. Had some troubles with this. This official's coming over to talk. Coach Oliver, hands on his hip. Side officials pointing to somebody on the sideline. I'm not sure. So much went down on that. But the scary thing there, Greg, honestly, is they managed to go right down the field. 5-yard gains, an 8-yard gain, a 17-yard, a 14-yard run, and Hand was doing most of that damage on the inside. So what they weren't getting success at in the first half was going up that middle, and suddenly they've made a blocking change or something. And now Coach Olson he's making his way out to about the 10-yard line to talk to the other official. There's been so much of this tonight.
Yep.
Everything just comes to a grinding halt. Emery Newland is out to kick that extra point. She's about as good as money when it comes to that kind of thing. Yep. And you always watch the scoreboard, and you try to do your mind math and think, okay, how much are we down? If she gets it, it's an 8-point difference. So long discussions, and they're not animated. They're not crazy. Coach Oliver kind of looks to the side and kind of watches, see who he goes and talks to. Doesn't say nothing. We don't have any clue because nothing's been signaled. Now
we got to go over and talk to the other side.
White hat goes over to talk to Coach Olson, and he just has a look of kind of like, what in the world is happening out here? It's amazing how quiet everything gets over here. And I know the band right now, this is when they get to go get a snack and get some popcorn. So now they're pushing. Now people are walking back, but that might be an after the play. Well, I tell you this, they're still showing first down and 1st and 10 out there, so they haven't moved the chains.
So did the touchdown stick?
We don't know yet.
It's on the scoreboard, so.
Well, because he's going to try to kick it. He's going to try to kick it. Boy, that's a heck of a kick.
Somebody going to pick their flag up?
Yeah, she's going to be kicking this 35 yards. Wow, this will be something to see. We got personal foul, I guess. And now they're pointing Linton's way, roughing the. What was that? Tripping. Now we got another personal foul. Well, it looks like they called 2 personal fouls on the Bulldogs, and we got the tripping foul. So I guess that's how it works. Either way, this could turn out to be a very big play. I don't know what she's not kicked a field goal this year, but obviously she's got a powerful leg. We'll see what happens.
If one of those were after the play.
Yeah, I think the 2 must have nullified. Then there was a second one. The snapper had his number written down, but I can't see him right now. I'm interested to see if she can kick his 35 yards. Oh, my goodness. Nope. They say no good.
Just a little short. Like she maybe got under it just a tad.
Well, on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard, the Miners hanging on to a 22-13 lead, 10-18 to go in the game. You're listening to Linton Miner football on Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
The goal isn't graduation day. It's a better every day after. It's the first day in your new career, your first pay raise, the 5th day of that week-long vacation. It's the first paid holiday home with your family, or the day of your last car loan payment, much sooner than you thought. At Ivy Tech Community College, we don't just care about your degree, we care about your life. Let's get started at ivytech.edu.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners, and coming up in our post-game show, the player of the game by Valdico Insurance of Linton. Proudly based in Linton since 2007, Valdico Insurance, French financial agency, offers auto, home, business, farm, and life insurance across many states and represents over 50 of the states and nation's top companies. If there is a better option for your insurance, we will find it. Give us a call for your insurance needs at 812-847-4747 today.
Well, now they've marched it off. Now the kickoff is now happening at the 45 of Linton, so evidently we're all confused. I mean, that means they assessed a 15-yarder on the extra point, and then they got a 15 on the kick. So now Ellis is going to kick from the 45 of Linton. Ideal spot for a squib kick or an onside kick for sure. But he's just going to boot it all the way to Sanborn, and we'll end all of this with the Miners at the ball at the 20-yard line.
Miners need to answer back here. That's going to be a big part of this.
I know, and this is another thing about me that I've always wondered about. When you're kicking off from the 45, why would you not pooch it to about the 8-yard line?
Yep.
or punch it squib kick between guys and force the Linton. I mean, we would have the ball at the 10, or it could be anything. Could be a fumble. Instead, all of that 15-yard penalty didn't do you any good. So now we'll see how the Miner offense does. They've been sitting for a little while. It's Russell Goodman at quarterback, Jesse Voigtstow to his left. The center is Dresden Kenworthy. And here comes Voigtstow, and he gets away. A big hit. Hold on to the ball, but a big play. And now we got a flag on Monrovia. There was too much celebration. Now they all get up holding their hands, and there's just a little bit too much mouthing and physical going on really, honestly, both sides of the ball. 52 made a tremendous play. That's going to be Brody Clampett. And Followell came in and made a follow-up hit. And then 3 or 4 other Monrovia players came in, and next thing you know, they fit. So the players have got to realize this is going to happen.
Well, second quarter there, it got chippy a couple times.
Right.
So these officials, I'm sure, have talked to half about, hey, let's
got to get control of it.
Get a shorter whistle on that. And, you had 8 people basically over there on top of Jesse, and they're going to call it.
It carried on too much, and the ball goes out to the 30. I thought that's a 15-yard penalty. With a 10-yard penalty, evidently.
As I say, you got to move the chains.
Oh, so he lost 5 yards on that play then. Okay, I got you.
So it's 1st and 1 now?
Good to have these.
No, they're moving it.
Good to have all of the help up here because it's Miners are going to get a first down out of that call. And that erases a tremendous play by their player. I mean, it looked like Jesse might get out of there. And he took a big hit from Followell. Monrovia definitely a hard-hitting team, always have been. And it looks like here's the pass from Goodman. He's going, and there's pushing all over the place.
Yeah,
and there's the
flags. You got to.
Oh, Paul goes flying out of bounds. Just at this point, want to see Paul get up. Down the sideline again. He actually made the catch, but he was out of bounds and looked like back and forth down the sideline, but that was definitely an interference call. I'm sure the Monrovia folks can't see that from their side. You got to wonder, Greg, this offense is with Paul out at wideout is
certainly different.
It opens up a lot of stuff. So the Miners now are out. Now the officials they're going to push it back to the 45. That's a 45. That's a 15-yarder. So the penalties are mounting up. 2 costly ones against Monrovia. Goodman in the shotgun. Voigtstow to his right. He's going to keep it, go right up the gut. Nice hit there by number 0, Bunton. He's going to get out to the 48-yard line. Bunton's 3rd tackle. Clock now down to 9:38 on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. 2nd down and 7.
Colin Webster out here to the right now. Feltner.
And Harrison James is over at the wingback. Yeah, you got Smith kind of out of the slot. So, yeah, I got some. He's going to keep it, go right up the gut. They go for the ball, can't quite get it. Nice tackle made that time by Followell, just muscle against muscle, but he's going to get, looks like, to the 49. Followell's 7th tackle, had to figure he would have a lot of tackles. That's a 3-yard gain. It's 53 yards for Russell Goodman. Big 3rd down and 4, Greg.
You can feel that momentum.
Yeah.
You got to take it back here.
In motion
there we
to
go,
Smith,
right
there.
There's your first down.
Beautiful. Beautiful execution. I don't know how many I can look it up here. Giving the Miners a first down. Oh, that's a killer when you do an unforced error.
Yeah.
I see 1, 2. I see 3 offside penalties. So the Miners' fresh set of downs now at the 44-yard line of Monrovia. Now the officials blow the whistle. Probably going to have a conference over something. Maybe what Nope. Not sure what that was about.
Now they're
pushes up the play clock.
Yep.
25 seconds. On the line right now, I'm seeing Andrews and Jennings on the left side, Kenworthy on the center, Sparks and Scarborough at the tackle position. Goodman with Voigtchild right behind him in the shotgun. Going to hand it to Voigtchild. He just puts his head down, goes forward. And it's 8 against 8. Nope, 8 against 0.
2 or 3 there. Paul Oliver coming back into the game here.
Down to the, looks like the 42 of Monrovia. Clock rolling. It's 29 yards now for Jesse. Taking our time. Feltner all the way out to the left. James and Smith at wingback and Paul Oliver on the near side. In motion was Cooper Smith. He's going to get the handoff. He's got some opening. Nobody saw him out there. Gets a nice block on the outside.
Nice gain.
Brought down by Poole. There was nobody out there. Cooper gets a big gain. I caught them not thinking about that. Down to the 29-yard line.
End seemed to be.
He was looking for that inside.
Coming in hard, yeah. And
nice, and that's a nice decision by Goodman handing him the ball. So now we're down to the 39-yard line. Goodman, Voigtchild looking over the sideline with all of the signs that the coaches hand out. Goodman going to go back to pass. And it's one-on-one, and Goodman again, and it's
got
caught.
it. Nope.
Fighting for
ball
it.
Down. Call pass interference there.
Yep. I mean, that defender is having a boatload of trouble with Paul Oliver. It's like he's panicking every time the ball's in the air, and instead of playing the ball, he's turning around and playing the receiver.
The ball was
a little underthrown.
Slightly underthrown, but it was still a good ball, and Paul made a nice adjustment on it. Defender.
But I don't know that they're not calling that on us.
Yeah, it's on them.
On them?
Yeah.
So that's 2 PI calls, and their coaching staff's got to be frustrated because the guy is there. You know what I mean? I mean, it looks like that looked like it could be picked off.
Well,
but you have.
But he never had his head turned around.
Turned around,
and,
And Paul had come towards the ball.
That's like I said. Paul had him beat if it was thrown just a little, 3 or 4 more yards out in front. But he come back on it and just kind of run into him. So same thing again.
Well,
got Paul out here on an island again with this guy, and we'll see what happens here. But
3 15-yard penalties in this drive against the Monrovia Bulldogs. Goodman in the shotgun. Here comes the handoff. It's going to be Voigtchild. Cuts inside, takes another big hit. That's Bunton. Bunton and Voigtchild are meeting quite a bit.
Yeah, he picked up, I think, 4 yards there. That's run up the middle. Good little.
And he ran north and south that time.
Yeah.
I thought he might try to juke left or right, and that time he just went straight forward. The Miners really need to punch this in.
Yes, they do.
12-yard line now. They've had the ball since the 10-15 mark, and we're down to 6:46.
Russell, keep that. There he goes.
Yeah, he's got it. Man, one guy was able to get him, Josie Hand.
Little run.
So we're down now to the 8. He picked up 4. We can get a first down, I believe.
Yes.
Bring a third down about 3.
Miners come up the line of scrimmage on top, 22-13. Monrovia open the second half, going down the field and scoring on a hand run, and now Goodman is at shotgun trying to draw him offside again. Just about got him. Look at the wrist straps. Looks like they're coming. Goodman, a nice lead block from Voigtchild, but he's going to get cut down by Bunton.
He's right at the stick.
Bunton was able to come in from the backside backer.
Yeah.
He's not going to get first down, and here could be
the big play.
This is a big play indeed. We're up by more than 1 score. Not sure where we're at. It's still at the 8. Try to get him to jump, I'm sure. Going to be the pass. Uh-oh. He's trying to get outside, cut back, and he's not going to get it. Well, he pushes forward, but he's not going to get it. Bunton is going to be the first one there. Looks like nothing was open. He didn't try to force it, but
that was a big stop.
Yeah, big stop by the Bulldogs. And ball is at the 6-yard line. Just big drive by the Miners. I could tell you just how far it was. 74 yards the Miners drove, and it gets stopped at the 6-yard line. So now 5:15 on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard, and they're going to have it from their own 7-yard line, and the Miners can't give up the big play. At least make them churn it out if that's what it's going to take. You don't want to give up anything, but
need to clamp down on this.
Oh, a nice play out there. Nice play again. They cut inside, and a lot of bodies flying late, and didn't think he was down. Cooper Smith, number 2, one of the guys out there. Somebody tried to get outside, and he was able to be put back in. Multiple Miners there. Hand, of course, managed to get out to the 10-yard line. Again, the clock at 4:49. Up front is Sparks, Jennings, and Lyons, as well as looks like Howard on the outside there. Oh, there's the play they scored. That's the play they scored.
Yep. Oh, nice
he
hit.
lost the ball. No, don't push him. Don't push him. This is where you.
That was a big hit.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, he got up and pushed off on Poole, and we got an injured player.
That's 17.
Ooh, that's their running back.
That's Bryant.
He didn't have the ball, did he?
Yeah,
he did?
Yeah.
I know he had a knee injury last year. Let's hope he's okay. I guess what we'll do is we'll take a timeout. Is that right, Heather? You're listening to Linton Miner.
Call Brock Anderson for your home repair and building needs. With over 25 years of experience in the construction field, we strive to have you come home to quality. Call Brock at 812-798-5583. And he says, go Miners. Crynes Credit Union supports area schools and wants to encourage every student to do their very best. With youth and teen accounts, students can earn $4 for every A on their semester report cards. For more information, visit your local branch or find out more at cranecreditunion.org.
I don't know if you remember, Greg, many years ago we played at Monrovia, and they had a really stellar running back, I think named Smith, on the first play of the game. He got hit and tore his knee up on the very first play and was out the season. Bryant is up, but he's got assistance. Of course, looks like the Miner staff is out there as well.
We're going to take a quick 15-second timeout to hear from our press box sponsor, Walton Funeral Homes. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
We take pride in our funeral homes and value the friendships we've made for over 100 years. It's those friendships that make us work hard to be the best. You have my personal guarantee that we will always strive to earn your trust.
Anna, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports.
Home of the Miners.
There it was.
He's been waiting all game for that.
I know. Third and short. And they just go right up the gut. Probably pick that up.
They're going to give it to him, yep.
That's Green, number 43. Probably going to see a lot more action. Howard and Lyons on the inside of there. And that injury's got to hurt the momentum or anything in Monrovia's situation right now, because 17, definitely wasn't putting any pressure on his leg and coming off that field. So doubt we're going to see him back in the game.
Miners need to find a way to get them off the field here.
Yeah. Thacker under center. And now he looks like he might be changing to play. Andrews looks like he wants to blitz. Going to go to the right side. And
he did.
He drilled immediately. Absolutely drilled. Green carried, and I'm pretty sure Lyon 75, he usually lets us know when he makes the play. I'm not 100% sure. Franklin going to get the call, so that might have been him. Seeing some defensive action. The youngster, younger brother of Wrigley, doing well at IUPUI, made the traveling football squad, which is an awesome thing. Miners looking to the sideline, trying to get people going. A 2nd down and 9. Fans are responding. Here comes the bootleg. All over it. Nice play defended there. Intended for Poole. Webster was out there. No, I'm sorry. That was intended for Followell. The key to that was Miners didn't fall for it. Thacker is complaining. No, he's talking to his receiver, but the Miners got some pressure on him.
Yeah, and we had good coverage out here as well. So
a whole lot better.
Pretty well played. Ball was overthrown, but it was covered well.
I think he had to throw it quick because it looked like Wilkeschild and one of the interior linemen had gotten out there and put pressure, and that's something we didn't have last week. Now they're almost, 3rd and 9. They almost are in a point where they have to pass the ball, and they got two guys to the right side in a shotgun, and it looks like we got
timeout Monrovia.
So I'll turn it over to Heather.
If you need an Evolution golf cart, Gaither Power Sports is the place for you. Prices starting at $69.95. They come with an 8-year battery warranty, and 0% financing for 36 months is available. Gaither Power Sports is also your Aventon e-bike dealer. Gaither Power Sports and Trailer Sales is located on State Road 54, just west of Linton, and has been in business since 2003. Also, the grill is open 7 days a week with a large menu featuring daily specials. Dine in or carry out your favorites for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Located in downtown Linton, this family-owned business has something for everyone.
I like looking down and seeing the linemen who aren't on the defensive side all huddled together down there trying to, the modern day, you've got the iPads that you can look at. And when you play both ways, it's very difficult. You don't get much coaching up. But
you get a lot now.
Yeah, Breadaway and Franklin and a couple of other guys down there.
It's another one of those moments in the game. Big play here.
Indeed, it is. Because you gotta wonder if they don't get it at the 2:55 mark in the third quarter. I guess it would depend on what they. I mean, it's just a 9-point game, so you can't hand the ball over to the Miners at this position. And they've done it once tonight.
Yeah, and it cost you.
Well, they got four receivers spread out, 2 on one side, 2 on the other. Green is the lone halfback.
That quick slant.
Yeah, we've had trouble. Pressure's on him, and he had him and got away from him.
Oh my goodness!
And completes it short.
Nope, they got him. First down.
Braden, and we had him in the backfield. Webster and Goodman are going to make that stop, but he was in the arms and wrapped, and you got to mark that play down, Greg, because had him.
It's their first completion of the night, too.
Yeah. I don't know who it was that had him wrapped up. I had my eyes on it, and, boy, they get out to the 30. They convert a big third down, and they have life. So now Thacker's going in the shotgun, and here's the handoff coming across his Poole. He scored on this before, but Andrews slams him. And he gets up, keeps his hands clear. That's what you need to do. Poole had really big success against Greencastle on that, but Andrews, man, oh man, that's 12 tackles.
It was a pretty hard hit, too.
Yeah, full body slam.
Yeah, Poole was walking back a little slow that time.
So Monrovia has unveiled kind of a different looking offense now than what they have run in the first half. And when you lose your big running back, now they're back where they are. Here's the inside. Nope, second guy through hand, and he is hit by Goodman and dropped. 2 more Miners get out there, but Russell Goodman making that hit. He manages somehow to get back to the 30.
And here we are.
3rd and 10 again.
3rd and 10.
So you know it's coming. Now we've gotten pressure on the kid both plays, and the last one had him wrapped up, and give credit to Thacker. He got out of it. This is how you win games right here. You got to make these plays.
Absolutely.
106 on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard.
4 wide.
Yeah, same situation. Coming in motion. They got, it's a screen play.
Oh, he's down.
A bad
he's
pass.
down.
Yeah. They're going to say he caught it, but that was screen all the way, and it was set up. Every Miner was charging towards Thacker.
Got a flag down in the backfield.
Could that be hitting the quarterback? If that would, that'd be terrible. Is it?
That's the only thing it could be back there, I think.
Yeah, unless there was, I don't know. This could be a huge, huge play, too. This would give them a first down. Again, the officials talking left and right. North, south, east, west, all over the place. Crucial call because it's going to be 4th and 10 or it's going to be first and 10, one of the two. Brody Green was out in the flat and the ball was low. I mean, they just don't know like they know for sure. I mean, I like the fact they talk things out. Officials got to communicate, but there seems to be more confusion than anything as they break, and here comes the call.
Yeah, sure is.
Blow to the head on the Miners.
It's 2 straight 3rd and 10s that they've been able to convert.
That's going to put that ball out to the 45, and again, we had them stopped.
Okay, I'm going to issue a challenge to everyone that is watching on the live stream right now. If you can go to our post where you see the picture of the 5 of us and tell us how you're watching this live stream, whether it's IHSAA or whether it's on our website. We're getting multiple people asking how to watch this, so we're going to try to figure out how else to push this out to help everyone during broadcast night.
Well, the ball goes out to the 46 from the 30, so 15 yards I would think would be the 45, but ref has to go back. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. So I can't express how important this is. The Miners had them stopped. 4th and 10 was going to be a situation. They almost have to punt. And instead, penalty happy tonight on both sides of the ball. Calls are coming down and a lot of discussion. The key factor is Monrovia is still alive in this contest at the 46-yard line. Down 9. We got 38 seconds. Thacker under center, going to hand it to Green right up the gut, and he is not going to get anywhere. Lots of jostling on the inside. People just got to keep their calm. Lions getting up as well as Howard, and that might be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
I think we're going to let this one run down.
Yeah. Out to the 48-yard line, and will they get to play all that work to get to the play? Thacker gets going to take the snap.
Did run it.
Going to throw the ball, jump pass. He's got Poole on the sideline. Webster's going to chase him out as the horn sounds at the end of the 3rd quarter on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. It is the Miners 22, the Bulldogs 13. You're listening to Linton Miner football on Rader Media Sports.
We're very excited here at Linton Stockton Schools this year for another fall sports season. Our girls golf, boys tennis, cross country, football, and volleyball teams have begun their seasons successfully thus far, and we're looking forward to a great build-up to the tournament, IHSA sectionals and beyond for the teams this year. Certainly the kids have put in the practice and the effort to get the season started. Coaches have put in their efforts, and we know the combination of those things are going to get us where we want to be, and that is cheering the Miner Nation on in the later fall months.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners. And as a reminder, this fourth quarter is sponsored by Key Associates, your key to the best. Contact Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks of Linton today.
Miners didn't have the ball a whole lot that time, just 23 yards in that quarter. Monrovia with 63. Monrovia with the lone score.
It was about like a copy of the first quarter there a little bit.
Yeah. 3rd and 4 as we start the fourth quarter. Miners up 22-13. Miners were able to get all the way down in the red zone, failed to score on 4th down. Here comes the pass again. And it's caught at the 35.
Oh.
And they're going to throw a flag again. McBride rides Poole out of bounds, and they're going to go ahead and call a personal foul. I mean, sometimes you hold on to a guy running out of bounds just to keep from anything crazy happening.
Well, not, there's a little dip there, and I think they both started to fall down. I don't know that he intentionally threw him to the ground there, but
officials really seem to be quick on the flag for plays that don't really have any kind of effect on the game, and it's happened on both sides of the ball. And now here we are. They took over at their own 7-yard line, and the Miners have done penalty fest now, and the ball is, gosh, it looks like it's down at the 15-yard line.
Getting some self-inflicted.
Big-time wounds coming. Poised to score. Here comes Poole. He's got a big hole, cuts it back on the inside, and going to be dropped by Andrews. Moves from the inside. It looked like a nice-sized hole for Poole there. And as you said earlier, the momentum, you kind of somewhat feel it. Gets down to the 11-yard line. The only good thing we can say now is it's a 9-point game.
Yes.
But here's where you get down to, a couple of points here or there, a field goal, and you know who has a field goal kicker and who doesn't. 1-on-1 to the far side out here. Going to go up the gut. Hand. He's stopped by Webster and Voigtchild.
Going to be right at the marker.
Well, they're going fast. He's at the 6. Andrews is going to get there.
Oh, they gave him a first down.
Hand is going to be the one that carries the ball. $15 tackles tonight for. So it's 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. And remember, we had them stopped 4th and 10. They called a blow to the head, give the Bulldogs another first down, and they have taken advantage of it. Thacker under center. He's got Hand, and he's got number 28 back there. Hand's going to take it. And again, he's this time stopped again by Andrews.
Want to give a quick tip, courtesy of Bubba Chancy's sister, Ariana. She said she's watching from home thanks to the convenience of the IHSAA app that she was easily able to download on her Roku TV.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's such a hard thing.
I will say this. We bought a Roku stick. We bought my father a Roku stick, $19 at your local Walmart, and it comes right up there on the TV.
Quick pitch out. I got to get this kid's number. And he is stopped on the outside again, I believe, again by Andrews. 28 is now in the running back slot out there. That is Kwan Stinson, a sophomore.
28 Stinson.
So they're down to the 2-yard line. 3rd down and goal. Thacker under center. Big offensive line trying to shove forward, and here comes Hand again and pushes forward, and he's in the end zone. And this game of momentum continues to go back and forth. You just kind of get a pit in your stomach. The Miners got all the way down.
And we should mention that touchdown is sponsored by Stenger Homes.
Miners got all the way down to the 8-yard line, a long drive from their own 20, and just couldn't aided a lot by penalties from Monrovia. Now the Miners pay that back, and now they're going to go for 2. They're going to line up to kick the extra point. Guess it doesn't really make much difference. 2 or 1. Holder is number 5. Hale. She puts it right through the uprights, and so
she makes that a field goal to win it now.
9:15 on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. The Bulldogs have pulled to within 2, 22-20. You're listening to Linton Miner football on Rader Media Sports.
Home of the Miners.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell a home, the opportunity is better than ever. Take advantage of the falling interest rates. Real estate provides the highest returns, the greatest values, and the least risk. The best investment opportunity will not fit into a safe deposit box, but you can live in it. Go with the tradition of trust. When you are ready to buy or sell, call me, Michelle Stanger at Stanger Homes at 812-219-2307 and start packing.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
9:15 left on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard.
All sorts of time.
Linton Miners 22, Monrovia Bulldogs 20. Miners need an answer here.
Yeah.
They need to choose some time up and
you look
put
back
some points on the board.
We had a TD call back on a pass on a hold, and then we had got down to the 8-yard line and couldn't put it in. And the Miners this is probably Voigt's child at about his own 5, just hang on to the ball, and he gets brought down by 83.
Holy cow. Holy cow.
Corbin Monroe. I'm not sure what's going on out here.
Yeah, that was, can't believe they didn't call something there.
I'm not sure. Tyson Walker was out there seeing some action. Things are definitely chippy. Well, here's what you got. This is what you work for. This is, where all that hard work has to pay off. You're at your own 27-yard line, and the ball game is in your hands. 9:08 to go. You've had success. You've just not been able to put the ball in the end zone. James now kind of goes out to the right side. Feltner spread out. Goodman in the shotgun. He's going to keep it. He's not going to get much there at all. 51 Denaught's going to get out there, and you feel the momentum is wearing green right now. Just going to get out to about the 28-yard line. Third tackle for Denault. Goodman now 59 yards. I'm not sure what everybody's up and yelling. Monrovia side is up. Linton side is up. Miners need something good to happen, and we're going to waste a timeout here. 8:31 mark on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. It's 22-20.
We're going to keep it right here because Linton Sporting Goods is your local one-stop equipment shop for all things sports. Locally owned and operated in the family for over 40 years. They will make sure you are ready for the start of any season or upgrade throughout the season. Find them on Facebook today. We also would like to mention again tonight one of our Minor Pride sponsors as well, Team Ortho. Team Ortho is Greene County's only orthopedic clinic featuring board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. John Hammerstein. Team Ortho also has lead athletic trainer Jed Arsenault, who works with Linton Stockton student athletes to help minimize risk of injury. Call Team Ortho today at 812-847-3381. Greene County General Hospital, our family, caring for yours.
Got to say, this is the chippiest I've ever seen the Monrovia and Linton game. I mean, these guys want this game very bad on both sides of the coin. Goodman in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Voigtstad, try to get outside, and he is not going to get there. Brought down hard on the outside. Ramos, number 4, was there along with Hale, number 5, and now a huge third down for the Miners. Jesse tried to get outside.
Monrovia did a great job of stringing that out to the sideline. Was no place to turn it up.
He gets out to the 29, and boy, you just could almost see the script being written here. Under 8 minutes to go. We need to convert this. McBride now in the contest. He doesn't have anywhere to go with it. Goes back across the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended for, I believe, Smith out there. Neal was on it. Tried to turn around and go the opposite way. And that was a dismal series by the Miners. So it's 4th and 8, and you know we got to punt this ball away. 7:48 on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. Goodman is going to have to punt.
Oh, over.
We just lost the game. He made
Get that ball.
Well, disaster. I looked down, and I don't even know what happened.
We got a flag back here that could very well be roughing the kicker.
If they call that, that'd be unbelievable.
But
ball snapped over the head.
He's still protected. Yeah. He picked the ball up. He's still protected.
Yeah, he didn't make a. Boy, that's going to be confusing because Linton, for all intents and purposes, you're giving Monrovia the ball in the 30-yard line. You hear the crowd being urged on. Oh, yeah. Big play. I'm not seeing what the personal foul.
Running into the kicker.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness.
Russell picked that ball up back there.
Yeah.
It wasn't blocked, wasn't touched by them. He picked the ball up, and I thought he would run it, and he punted it.
And then
they run into him.
Did that give us enough? Was it 5 or was it?
No, it'd be a 15-yard penalty. Should be a first down. Miners.
Oh, my goodness. Well, like I tell you, both sidelines are going to have an issue with calls tonight.
Yep.
I mean, we just almost handed them the ball game right there, and now we've got a fresh down, and we're up at the 46? Wow.
You know, what are you going to do with it if you're Miners? You got to capitalize on it. You got a gift there. You got to capitalize on it.
Yeah, they have got to make it pay. It feels like, oh no. Oh, just couldn't stay up. Smith brought down by Stinson. Bunton. Yeah.
And another flag down.
Is this the makeup call?
No, it's on us. Holding,
that's what
probably.
I mean. That's what I mean. Is it the makeup call? Oh my goodness! I almost feel like the game is just bordering on almost being out of control. So that's going to be 10 yards and put us back at, looks like, our own 36. Sets up now another first down, but we got 20 yards to go. You don't want to make a crucial mistake.
No.
So it's going to be the 34-yard line. So they're going to, Cooper will get a 2-yard loss. First and 22. Quarterback is McBride now. Got Goodman behind him. Going to go back to pass. It's a screen. Nowhere to go with that. That was too easy to see. Followell makes a big hit, and I think Goodman's going to make the catch, but he was pulverized. Big hit by Followell. That screen play is a scary looking thing.
Yeah, it's.
We just get a yard out of it, so it's 2nd and 21. You just feel like all that success we were having earlier has suddenly dissipated, and under 7 minutes to go, people are just really looking at that clock. Game eerily has the feel of last year. Oh, he airs it out. There was a push. He's got it. It's a foot race between Neal and Oliver. He switches to his right.
Oh!
And a touchdown saving tackle by Hale. What a pass by McBride.
He turned him
all the way around. And
the worst thing about that was Paul coming down on the ground when he got tackled.
Yeah. It looks like he's nope, he's favoring the shoulder. You know,
that's a huge play. Great adjustment on the pass. It was a well-thrown ball.
Perfectly. 55-yard pass, and then it Neal.
Little bumping between the two, but nothing that would be pass interference either way. No. And
well, now you've really got to.
Yeah, you've got to
get a. Can't get a first down. We're at the 10. Got to punch it in, guys. Voigtchild. What's happening down the field? Well, that's Tanner Scarborough, and he got a full-blown takedown, but Voigtchild gets forward a little bit. Boy, there's a lot of grabbing and shoving and tugging, and not sure where he got down to. Didn't look like he got much. Miners have got to punch it in. 5:54. You got to have some points. Here comes Goodman.
There it is.
He's got a hole. Brought down by Poole is going to save the touchdown. Looks like he gets down to the 5. I mean, we just don't have a field goal kicker that I know of. Or you'd think we might have seen him. We've been down in this position before. Do we go to the air? Oliver's not out there. They're working on his shoulder, so he may be done. Look how crowded up to the line Monrovia is. Oh, goodness gracious, blown up. Cooper Smith is drilled by Followell. And now we're looking at 4th down and 5.
We've got away from pounding the middle here this half a little bit.
Followell he was coming from the backside and absolutely smoked Cooper Smith, and we're back at the 10. And all of a sudden that offense that was doing some stuff in that first half is just not there, and you just don't have Paul Oliver.
He's back out there.
Oh, you got to figure he would want to be there, and you got to figure the ball's going to him. You got to figure he gets some help out there. Neal, you got to figure that outside backer is going to fade away. McBride, the quarterback, here it comes. Got to protect him. Throws it, and it's caught. It's dropped.
Just a little too late on that pass.
Neal
broke open.
Neal was right there with him. Looked like he got his hand on it, but oh my goodness. So now, folks, we're perfect. I mean, if you're writing a script, this is what you do. 4:29 on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard. The Miners now have had 2 drives that have gotten inside the 10 and have not been able to punch it in. And now the defense has got to win this ball game. 4:29, plenty of time, but you got to be mindful of it if you're Monrovia. You can almost feel the feel in the stands right now.
Yeah, there's a tension for sure.
From their own 10-yard line.
There we go. Dropped him outside.
Again, Andrews got out there. 52.
Lost a couple there.
Regardless of the outcome of this game, that is 18 tackles from Andrews. 18.
Said he has got a nose for the ball like not too many kids have. Here we go. Pass out here. Oh, no.
Ooh, big hit. 32 hand makes that catch. Comes to the sideline. McBride took the brunt of that.
Big 3rd down. I mean, at this point, 2 downs.
Yeah.
But you've got to hold them short here to where that 4th down's got a little more pressure on. Nope, right up the middle. 28.
So that's the kid with fresh legs getting the chance to play. Boy, they're moving now.
Cohen Stinson.
Just can't give up that big play. Don't let them get behind you. 3 minutes and counting. The Miners up by 2.
Give them.
They're going to have to go to the air. Oh, he went right by the receiver. Hits Followell out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Oh, goodness. The Miner rusher went right by him. I don't think he thought he had the ball. He gets to the 44-yard line, 19-yard gain. That means 5 of 9 for 62 for Thacker. Got to get to Thacker. Forced him out of the pocket that time. And here comes Braden one-on-one out here to the near sideline. Nobody on the far side. Thacker is under center. Handoff on the inside. And
Poole again out there on the second one through.
He just gets out to the 44.
Can I just say that this is Bubba Chancy's second football game, and you're doing fabulous.
Thanks, Heather.
You're welcome.
2nd and 5, and what do we get here?
Offside.
So they got us. Offside for the Miners. That's going to push it up to the 49-yard line. Should be a first down, and it is. Goodness gracious. Fans are trying to get the Miners pumped up. Tensions are running high. Linton, hard to believe Linton has not scored the second half. Twice inside the red zone, twice couldn't punch it in. And that's led to this situation. Hand is to back along with Stinson, and he's going to get it up the middle. No second guy through. You've got him. They don't wrap him up. Oh, there's a big hit. Sparks 72 saves a day. 28, I keep forgetting his name. Stinson broke the first tackle. Right to the midfield stripe.
Pass.
Oh! Coming from the outside.
Never saw him coming. He's lucky he held on to the ball.
I can't believe he did. Cooper Smith with a huge hit, and I don't know how in the world Thacker kept onto that. Now we got a timeout going on. I'll turn it to Heather so I can breathe a little bit.
Well, we're going to take one more quick timeout to hear from the Indiana High School Athletic Association. This is Rader Media Sports.
Home of the Miners.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Emma and Jake's just baby-proof their 2-bedroom bungalow to prepare for baby number 1 insurance.
We're good at Madeline and Chance's just gave in and became minivan people to make room for baby number 2 insurance. And we're good at Gabby and Nate's just moved to a house with a bigger backyard to welcome fur baby number 3 insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners, and we encourage everyone to stay tuned to the post-game show sponsored by E2 Custom Creations, where we're going to have our student assistants on the field interviewing Coach Brian Oliver as well as the Valdico player of the game.
Now, 151 left on the Linton Cycle Sales scoreboard.
Yep, they got, they're going for it no matter what.
Yeah,
that was a
third and 15. Great play there by Cooper Smith.
And the defensive backs, because they gave him the time.
Yes.
In motion.
Here it is again.
Fakes it. Screen on the backside.
Nobody out there. First down.
Oh, goodness. Great play. McBride's going to make the tackle, but that back screen wide open. It's going to come down to the very end of the contest.
Yep.
They're down at the Miner 37-yard line. Thacker is under center. He's going to go back.
Broke up. Good pass protection there.
That was intended for Poole, and a nice play by Harrison James. Big play by the sophomore now. Stops the clock. Gives everybody a chance. You got to wonder if they'll go back to that back screen that was so wide open.
Yep.
Braden is one-on-one out here against Feltner. Hand off
hand
to
off
hand on the
second
end.
time through.
Oh, Poole. And again, 52 is out there. Andrews. Here's another third down, but at this point in the game, you know it's going to be 2 downs regardless.
Minute 12 and the clock ticking.
Shotgun now.
Yep.
One-on-one into the flats. Nice tackle again by Andrews.
3rd and short. 4th and short. They've got to go here. Looks like they've got about 4 yards to go.
Boy,
Big play. This is the play.
He misses it. He was open and misses it to Stinson. Thacker is on his knees, and he had him out there.
Had him open.
There was confusion,
threw
I feel like. Confusion, I
threw
feel
a
like.
little bit behind him. Miners take over with 29.4 seconds left to go.
I heard the coaches yelling, somebody's not covered, uncovered. Oh, my goodness. The Miners can just really sit on this. I don't think Monrovia's got one timeout. Can you not feel the whole world emptied off of Linton's shoulders of everybody? I mean, Stinson. Stinson was there. It just the pass. He might have rushed it a little bit. I'm not sure. Maybe tried to get it to him, seeing that he was so open. I'll have to watch the replay of it tonight.
A little bit. It looked like it just kind of threw behind him just a little bit where he had to twist around.
And you got to know Stinson's a sophomore that probably hasn't seen a lot of action. Bryant would be the one out there, your senior. A gallant effort by the Bulldogs, though, the second half. It feels confusing to me because it feels like Linton had great drives and big plays, and we just didn't capitalize on them. But in the end, and a game I honestly marred by crazy penalties. It's just one of those games that calls I really haven't seen a whole lot of.
Well, a lot of emotional penalties, both sides. Both sides.
Both sides did it.
Terre Haute North was under a 2-hour lightning delay.
Wow.
Tonight, and they finally started gameplay at 9:04 with
Mooresville
up against Pioneer.
The Pioneers.
No, Pioneers.
Yeah,
Mooresville Pioneers. Yeah.
Well, we always wish Jimmy K. Wright success up there. We miss him dearly down here, but great kid, great family. And the Miners take a knee, and I'll be watching.
That'll be it.
Unbelievable.
Great win.
As the clock goes to 0 on the Tyson Cycle Sales scoreboard, the Linton Miners are going to be victorious, getting ready for the post-game show. I'm forgetting who that is. E2 Custom Creations post-game show, and we'll turn things over to Heather.
We're going to do a really quick timeout to feature E2 Custom Creations. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Custom Creations, we know that every memory has a story. Every time we sit around with family and friends, we share those memories. When we pull the boxes of old pictures out of the closet, we revisit those memories of our past. Whether it's a photo or a special moment with family, a picture of a loved one who has passed. When you think about that moment, there's a memory that goes with it. At E2 Custom Creations, we offer custom laser engraving for keepsakes, personalized gifts, home decor, signage, awards, and many other custom made-to-order products. Let us help you personalize a unique gift for a loved one, customize an item, or create promotional materials and awards for your business or athletic team. Our services include engraving and cutting on a variety of materials, including wood, acrylic, leather, granite, marble, glass, and coated metals, just to name a few. If you have an idea, reach out and let's talk about how we can bring your idea to life.
Welcome back to the Roy here for the E2 Custom Creations post-game show. What a win for the Miners tonight.
Well, I tell you what, you watch a lot of football shows and sports shows in general, and it always ends with a team coming back, marching down the field and punching it in to win the contest. And it's sure, I've done so many of these games where your mind goes, this can't happen, it can't happen. And fortunately, the Miners hung on there at the end because Monrovia was moving down the field.
Yes,
they were finding their passing game a little bit. I thought we were getting some pressure on the quarterback, and boy, Cooper Smith made a big hit there, but they've converted.
Yep.
And I'm sure they're going to feel like this game got away from them, but I feel like Linton, if we'd have lost, it got away from us because I thought we had 2 opportunities to score and would have put some distance between us and didn't do it. But what can you say about the effort after getting really smacked in the mouth hardcore last week and being able to come back and I'm just I didn't know what this week was going to entail.
And do we have a player of the game sponsored by Valdeco?
Well, if I had to pick a player of the game right now, I'd have to go with Russell Goodman. Well, I tell you what, gosh, this is tough. I think I gave it to Corey Andrews last week, and Corey deserves it this week with 18. I got him with 20 tackles on, but I let's go with Russell Goodman because I didn't know he was going to play quarterback. And next thing I know, he basically took Paul Oliver's role, carried 18 times, 62 yards, 2 or 3 passing for 48 yards with a touchdown pass. I'm going to go with him because he stepped up in a big way, but goodness gracious, it's been a long time since we've seen 20 tackles from anybody. This is all unofficial, but Corey Andrews definitely made everybody know who he was. So to both of them. But let's go with Russell Goodman this week.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead, Big D, and let you do some stats until we get ready to
till we know he's alive. I see him down there.
They're ready. They're ready to go, and we're going to await word, and we're going to put the camera on them here in just a moment. First off, we'd like to thank everyone for watching tonight, and for all of you who were able to find the feed. I guess we're going to need to do a little bit of tutorials to kind of help people.
Post it on Facebook and use like a font of 25.
Well,
and a flashing. You could probably do a flash too.
No, we can't. We can't actually. So we look like the Miners here are going to take off, and so we're going to
wait and see.
Do a test here to get down to our Miner correspondents. Just a moment.
Oh, they can't hear me, can they? I would wonder the excitement that is bringing in. Heather's trying to negotiate over there, and the disappointment on Monrovia has got to be immense.
Yeah, they're gonna go home tonight thinking, hey, we lost one, we gave one away.
Yeah.
But like you said, the Miners would have said the same thing if it had been on the other side of it.
Foot on the other side.
Yeah, because again, both these teams made penalties that hurt them.
Run called for
They.
I'm kind of glad, Greg. Honestly, I'm kind of glad. We ready?
We're going to do a test down here with our 2 Miner broadcasting students, Braden Crynes and Bubba Chancy. Braden, can you hear us?
Yes, Heather, we can hear you.
Okay, so first of all, this is your first game together serving as broadcast students, and we're very excited to have both of you here, and I know Kevin is very thankful that you were able to assist tonight. So we're going to have you go find Coach Oliver, and we're going to follow the action with you.
All right, we'll go find him. We'll be right back.
Thank you. Just go out into the crowd.
Yeah, we'd like to see him sprint, really.
You're going to follow us?
We are going to follow you.
I might pay money to see Bubba run down from the 35. Well, we'll just talk about the game while they're doing it, and when they speak up. I've been in that position. You don't have a clue one way or the other, and a lot of hearty prayers going down in that end zone tonight.
Yeah.
And for you Monrovia fans, I do want to mention that Brian, as we watched him come on the sideline, he's walking gingerly for sure, but he had no crutches, he had no ice.
Yeah.
You got to figure if it was a bad injury, he wouldn't be.
Yeah. Certainly hope
that
he recovers well. Monrovia has a nice ball club, and they certainly will have a successful season there. This was a good win for the Miners.
A big
against
win.
a quality opponent, and to see some of the bounce back from last week,
incredible.
To be able to do the things that we did tonight, with the effort level, the focus. Those are some of the things I think when you saw last week, and you kind of watched body language a little bit last week and everything. I didn't see that tonight. And,
we had 198 yards in the first half and only got 81 in that second. whereas they were about the same, 146 and 151. But it just felt like the game is so strange because it seemed like we had worn them out a little bit more, but momentum, they came out and punched it in. But then we answered, and in the end, it's very uncharacteristic that we don't, twice we're in the red zone and we can't punch it in, and it almost came back to bite us. Especially, but what I was going to say before was, I'm almost glad that roughing the kicker penalty, we didn't come down and score, and that be the difference in the contest because that
was tough. I don't think it was the wrong call, but that's a tough call.
Technically, it's the right.
Yeah.
But I mean, the kid's going back there, and he's thinking it's a loose ball, and I don't know. I've seen games where they pick it up, but I guess the fact that Russell kicked it, and I was going to praise him for even getting the ball out of there.
There we go.
He is still trying to track down Coach Oliver.
That feeling of walking through that crowd, and you got to worry about somebody saying something or somebody running up on you. And
the thing about, we talk about momentum a lot, but, momentum fills the tank.
Yeah.
You can be dead tired, and you have a situation where they come out that start of that second half, and with a little help, they come down and score, and
I think we gave
off they go.
3 15-yard penalties on us, but then turn it around, and they get 3 of them as well. And you were so right. I mean, as a player, there's times you're beat and you think, I can't go on and in, and all of a sudden a big hit happens, and you find an energy source.
It takes us something. Yeah, one little play can.
Here we go. They have got a hold of Coach.
Camera on us? Yeah. All right, Heather, can you see us?
Yes, we can.
All right, Heather, me and Bubba here with Coach over here for a post-game interview. Coach.
We got to win. It's another between it's over.
Let's go.
Win. Events.
The signal's cutting out
tonight, unlike last week where we struggled and we them. So pretty proud of the kids, how they responded and made things happen tonight.
Expect as for next week's game?
Well, we got a long road trip, so we figure that bus and be ready to play. But we got to continue getting better. This is a long season. Every single day. So hopefully that's our goal. We got to take it week by week and continue keeping better, and that's the joke when we go up to Western next week.
All right, Heather, you heard it here first. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you, Heather.
Well, we almost had that work perfect, but evidently it was cutting in and out. But I think you got the gist from Coach. He sounds incredibly relieved and incredibly happy, and a great interview by our on-the-scene reporters on the field. I know Murphy's Law comes in the rule all the time, so I'm not sure that probably never did that before, did it?
I think when you sit here and you look at this, obviously 1-on-1 certainly sounds better than 0-2.
Oh my goodness, yes it does.
But you also know, again, these kids are going to go home tonight, happy for the win, happy to get that taste out of their mouth from last week. But these coaches are going to go watch that film, and they're going to look. And they're going to go, hey, here,
it's going to be
and here and here. These are places we can get better. These are the things that we need to improve on, because it's not going to get any easier next week.
Western,
and then we got Sullivan next week.
After that, and then you got Boonville and Greencastle down the road.
And so there's no rest. You have to improve every week if you're going to continue to take this to the next level.
But it's going to be a much, much, much happier Saturday morning when they go in and take a look at that film than it was last week. And I want to mention Paul Oliver. I mean, he is the star of the team, no question about it. He's just a junior. Probably would have served better to not be out there with a shoulder injury, but wanted to play. And, I mean, he answered the call with 4 catches for 102 yards. He could have been the player of the game himself. 2 touchdowns, and he caught him third one that got called back. So tremendous effort, but I think we found that this offense is quite potent. They shifted guys around, and if you just joined us, I mean, Russell Goodman, we didn't know he was going to be quarterback until out there taking snaps. Voigtstown moves to the running back, and you got a youngster in Harrison James that comes in at wing back. He didn't have a carry, but he still has to make the blocks out there as well. So quick rundown on the stats so we can close things down. Russell Goodman leads all the Miners with 18 carries, 62 yards. He has a touchdown. Jesse Voigtshot with 19 carries, 33 yards. Cooper Smith with 4 for 17, had a big one on a third down run that was a big play. Just 3 guys carried the ball for the Miners tonight. That's 41 carries, only 112 yards. But the big thing that we had happen was passing. Talked about the passing all year, that it's got to happen, and when it happens, it opens things up. 2 of 3 passing was Russell Goodman, 48 yards, a touchdown pass. 7 of 9, Braylon McBride, 119 yards, a touchdown. His pass to Paul Oliver late in the game that really should have iced the game away was, he looked to his right and turned and threw it, just heaved it up, and Paul made a great catch. On the receiving end, like I mentioned, Paul Oliver, 2 TDs, 102 yards. He was thrown at 6 times. 2 catches for Voigtshot for 23. Russell Goodman got 1 for 1. Cooper Smith 1 for 26. Hayden Felter 1 for 15. Altogether, that's 279 total offense. That tells you it was a defensive ball game. The Bulldogs had 89 yards from Ryder Poole, but 60 of that kind of misleading, came on one play. 66 yards from Josie Ann, 16 carries for him. Noah Bryant, before he went out of the game, with 10 carries for 40 yards. Oh, I don't even have 28 in the thing. He was so unknown to me. He has 3 carries for 10 yards, and the last guy was Thacker. Well, Brody Green had 6 for 10. Thacker 3 for -3. He got sacked once. That counts for that. They got 212 on the ground. This is a team that got 449 last week. Passing the ball 7 of 13 for Thacker, 85 yards. The receivers were 3 for 32 was Ryder Poole, 2 for 32 is Ethan Followell, 1 for 12 to Braden, and 1 for 9 to Josie Hand. But that's that last one that's going to haunt him, because it looked like the kid was there to make the catch. It just either he cut too far in or whatever. But their total yardage is going to be 297. If I look on the big chart, my goodness, Monrovia with 297, Linton with 279. Monrovia 20 first downs and Linton 16. Penalty field day, I don't have all the penalties on here, but Linton had 11 for 81, Monrovia 8 for 97. But I didn't even count the extra point ones or anything like that. Right. But the Miners are going to come away with a victory, a hard-earned victory. Both these teams held under 300 yards of offense. Pretty good job. I think both defenses are tough. And now the Miners can hopefully get healed up a little bit. We don't need anybody else to get hurt. And we always wish the best of luck to the Monrovia Bulldogs. They're 2A now, like we are. So, I don't know how far down the road we might see them. But I can't tell you how proud I am that the Miners came out tonight with the effort they did. And the start, the fumble right off the bat. And then being down 7-0 before you can even think it. We were down 7-0 at the 9-10 mark. And, came back. Touchdowns were Oliver. Pass from McBride for 5 yards, 32-yard pass from Russell Goodman. Goodman scores a 5-yard run. We're up 22-7 at the half, but Josie Hand had scores of 14 and 3, and the Bulldogs came charging back.
After last week and the start of this game, you could have hung your head easily. And you could have tucked it. And these character of these kids to fight back and to work through and to battle back, to come back and lead the way we were at the halftime. They did a fantastic job. Hats off to them all. Great win tonight.
Huge win, just what the Miners needed. E2 Custom Creations post-game. A much funner one than it was last week.
Well, I have to say, when you say great job and hats off to them, I think hats off to you both and to both of our student assistants, because this was a great win for the Miners. It was a great team effort tonight, and I know Kevin was watching off and on tonight, but he will watch the replay a little bit later this evening. Just to look ahead to next week, Tuesday night, the Miner volleyball team travels to Clay City, and we'll be there. Thursday, the Miner volleyball team travels to Northview, and we will be there as well. And then Friday night, the Miners football team travels to Western, 2.5 hours north, and we will be there. And then we will also be at Bloomington North on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. And you'll find all of this information with game day graphics, information, when you can purchase tickets, and when gates open each day during the actual day of play, so to speak. So we have a busy week coming up. We hope all of you have a great weekend. Monday is Labor Day, so
be safe.
School will be closed. Please be safe to all. I get to retrieve Kevin at the airport Monday, so he'll be back in time to start another busy week of Miner broadcasts. So for Bubba, Chancy,
Heather,
Braden.
I have something to add real quick.
Yes.
There's a JV game tomorrow for football.
Okay. Who do they play?
Oh, it's canceled.
It's canceled?
Yep, canceled.
Okay, Ollie said it was canceled. Okay.
The JV game for Saturday has been canceled.
Okay, disregard that. I mean, obviously it's canceled, but disregard our getting ready to post that. But I want to say one final time tonight for Bubba, Chancy, Braden, Crynes, Big D, Dan Phillips, Greg, Elliott, and myself. This is Rader Media Sports.